Welcome back. A dinosaur story. I know, I used the same joke last week. I am Gray.
I'm Wolfman. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to part two.
Brought to you by Arizona Green Tea.
I'll,
Not yet.
I'll make the noises for him. I'll make the noise for him.
That was good. That was good. Now we're going to have to link up the audio with the video to make sure it's on point.
It was
Something
off point. That was the purpose. I was trying to be like Chinese.
Oh, like a... Yeah, like the dubbing. So it's like... We... Obviously, you're here from part two. No, but I don't know any of our fans who only listen to the second part of our podcast. There are people out there who only listen to the first, and then they get like the sub-notes of the second.
I know some people that only want to listen to the second part if they listen at all to us, actually.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear us mindlessly talking about random shit and whatnot in between talking about little things about the movie before we get into our breakdowns.
And that's the thing, like a lot of the people that I've talked to, I guess, is like they tune in and they like hearing the random, because like a lot of our stuff, even though it may get off topic, it always starts with at least something that we're talking about.
It's
like,
related at first and then it strays.
Yeah, well, like we got into talking about gay porn in the last episode, part one of this episode, but it had to do with the movie because the director and stuff like that. So we go on these rants, but it's usually stemming from something of the film related. But if you haven't listened to part one and you're here for part two, email us and let us know. GrindHaus on 42nd Street at gmail.com. But
comments on the YouTube, comments on the Facebook, comments on the
Obviously.
Patreon. If you want to be a supporter, go do the things. We'll mention all the big things.
Yep.
Wolfman Got Nards on Twitch.
Today's episode is a little different. Never been done. Again, this was the first movie we've covered in 18 episodes where neither one of us had seen the movie and decided to put it on the list.
I did watch the trailer, and it seemed amazing from the trailer. Boy, was I let down when I watched the movie, but I'm trying not to play it down too much because, as he said, Gray has not seen it, so you're going to get a full-on reaction from him today.
This is, like I said, it's completely different because I've never seen this. I got the phone call. The phone call was even, dude, should we do like Audible? Should we pick something else real quick? And I said, you know what? It might be fun to react to it. And you're like, well, I mean, we could definitely get something out of it.
Yeah, because you were like, you're not going to want to watch this again. I'm like, no, I'm okay watching it again.
With
like
you, as
with
in with me.
Yeah, with another person. Like, I wouldn't sit here and watch this movie again by myself. That's just
definitely not the kind of movie you immediately rewind. Like,
it
was so good.
No, I mean, I did get a good chuckle out of the first 15, 20 minutes by myself. I'm like, this is going to be amazing. And then it just... I
want you to give me the exact cue in the movie of when you say, like, I want you to say.
I don't have to. You'll get to a certain part and you'll be like, all right, this is where it got shitty, isn't it? And I'll be like, okay.
Okay, let me comment.
Yeah.
10 seconds. Yeah. 10 seconds. I'm like, is this where it got shitty? Yeah, no, hold on.
Yeah. No, not yet, but yeah.
I'm all synced up and ready to go. I mean, there's not too much. We broke down the movie the best we could. Yeah, but not too much information.
But the ending is new to me also, though. Like I said, I did miss the ending because I was on my phone looking something up, and I got sidetracked, and next thing you know, I was watching a different movie. I got confused for a minute. I didn't realize another movie started. And I'm like, this isn't the same movie. The quality looks the same, but this isn't the same movie.
Yeah.
What is going on here? I'm like, oh, the other one ended. I don't even remember the fucking credits rolling. Like,
that would be funny, though, if it was the same movie and it just got so different, like the last 10 minutes, you're like, what the fuck?
Or it's like Mutant Hunt Part 2 or something, just like, rolled on.
Yeah,
just there isn't one, but, just been funny.
It's okay, because our first part, I think, is like an hour and 20 minutes. This movie is literally 73 minutes long. It may be one of our shorter episodes, but it's okay.
Yeah, I could probably cut this down to a 40-minute viewing here, maybe. Plus our maybe 20 minutes of banter. We're catching on some of it right now, so.
Yeah. Um. Anything else before we hit play on this bad boy? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are watching this on Tubi.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to watch along with us, which I know some people might show interest in, almost like a commentary track, because we
Only
do
the Strong
say
was a
when
good
we
one for
pause.
that.
Yes, because we do say
one,
when we pause, we do actually give a timestamp where we're starting off when we play again. So yeah, literally, you can watch this with us. So it's on Tubi. And I think you said it was somewhere else, but they took it off.
It was on Amazon Prime originally. That's where that's when I looked, found it in my searching. But yeah, it's on Tubi. I noticed a lot of stuff is shared with Amazon Prime, or if it's not on Prime anymore, it's on Tubi. When it comes to these type of movies,
Yeah, the older, less known.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fuck, I'm ready.
I mean, I'm at 1 second. You're at 1 second.
I'm at 0, but I'll hit play. You'll hit play.
I'm at 0. Yeah, I hit play.
Okay. Play.
Yeah.
Play.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm at. I don't know. I think we're off. I'm at like 8 seconds. 9.
All right, go back to 0. We'll do our count. I see the green on your face from the Wizard video logo.
I can't get it to 0. It keeps fucking playing every time I put the 0. It's doing what happened to you the other day.
Yeah. All right. So we'll just say 1, 2, 3. Hopefully we're at the same.
I'm at 2 seconds.
One. Okay. I'm at 2 seconds now.
All right.
So whatever.
Yeah, we're close enough. We're about a second off, and there's a little bit of delay anyway. So. Whatever.
Yeah, and it's not going to matter because I haven't seen it before. You're going to describe something.
Now you can see just from the intro alone how low quality is. It's just all green, neon green, and you see the shakiness and the tracking of the transfer now already that we were talking about in part 1 is not good at all. It's like normally I'd skip through this and whatnot, but it gives us a chance to talk about the contrast and shittiness as an intro.
The exposure and contrast on these letters are turned so high up you can barely read it.
It's bad
until it fades. When it starts to fade a little, you can read it. But like when it's up at full force, it's so bright.
Yeah, you start to see the black in between the U and the P's, and right here, and Barry Zetland edited. Yeah, you did a shit job there, buddy, Barry Zetland.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Don Great Music mentioned him.
Yeah, and you can see the soundtrack already now is cool. Just a simple little piano in the background with a little synthesizer behind it. Yeah, I mean, and our director Tim Kincaid, written and directed by. Now your generic New York skyline. It's basically the Troma. Yeah, it's basically the Troma. Like, you put the Troma logo over it. That's basically what that is right there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's supposed to take place in kind of like a futuristic New York where cyborgs and other stuff exist, and it's not necessarily like post-apocalyptic. It's
just the future.
It's supposed to be like kind of Blade Runner-ish, I guess.
Dude, I was gonna say probably just like Blade Runner, where it's in the future, everything's
it's futuristic, cyborgy. Even though, it's like controlled by society and government more so than like corporations. Here you get a better view of our guy wearing his fancy yoga mat. Yeah. These are supposed to be our cyborgs here. They all have the same haircut and just wear glasses. Here's our first great practical effect of the movie. There's not many of them, but... Now, the actual action of it was crappy, but the effects were cool. You know what I mean? Like, these cyborg guys move like they got fucking sticks up their asses, and they just...
Not to
fucking, I don't know. It's bad.
Not to comment on the director, but I wonder how many of these actors have been in his other movies.
Yeah, who knows? Here's yoga mat number 2. But look at that thing. It looks like a fucking yoga mat. I'm telling you, like
it's kind of like if someone got the uniform off of Sub-Zero Scorpion and painted it all black, just like that.
With less
quality.
Yeah. It's very very similar upper wardrobe. I don't even. So the main
It's
guy
weird.
here, the main guy here is our guy X, and
Z.
he's in his lab, and he kind of injected them with like it ends up being a narcotic, and it made them kill for pleasure. It affects their sexual drive, so that's why they killed each other. They're these Model 7 cyborgs. The Model 6s are what he was talking to there, and this is his evil sister, but they're estranged, and they kind of, I guess, ruling for power against each other in a way, even though that doesn't really 100% come into play in the whole movie. It's almost like a wasted storyline.
Yeah, but
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, basically where you're at right now is like these cyborgs it looks like they're destroying the table and the shelves.
Well, he
and
said he
that.
wants this all destroyed because these cyborgs are supposed to be for future. They weren't done yet, so he needs all the evidence destroyed, and they're going to burn everything, and it's just really bad.
Dude, there was an actor who was supposed to be dead. He was under the table, and he's going like this. Like, dude, you're supposed to be acting dead. Like,
I know, it's just bad. Ugh.
I feel like, and I don't want to rip on them, because like the camera that I have for like my professional shoots, it's a 2018. It's 2020 now, so it's 2 years old, but it's a very good camera. I feel like this movie was shot with a camera that came out 12 years before this movie came out, because this quality is awful.
But here's the thing, like,
focus.
the actual camera itself isn't that bad. I really think it's the rest of it's so generic and shitty. It just looks
like
worse.
Nothing's in focus until there's like one or two things in the shot. Like these guys on the ground, they're in focus, but it's only the ground and them. Now you have these backgrounds and stuff like that, and you want to pull. You want something to stand out, and like it's just it.
Yeah. I know what you
looks
mean.
bad.
So now we have our main scientist that comes into play here, and he's talking about like what happened to my robots. They weren't done yet. What's going on? I spent years on these things, and now they've supposedly gone haywire, basically, and he's just he's pissed off. Obviously, he's rightfully so pissed off.
But this scenario has been in many movies where the scientist comes in, but the scientist works for a company.
Yeah. This guy's
so
the
the
head.
scientist is like, he's like, this is all my work, and the owner is like, I pay you. This is all my stuff. I can do what the fuck I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So this guy, he sees the fluid on the ground, aka fucking cyborg blood. Something smells off, so he runs over to his lab to test it to see what's going on, and then we meet his sister. So it's a brother sister.
She's using the same computer I have.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh boy,
I love like movies and stuff. He's just like slam, 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 slam. It's not like doing anything. Especially when he goes to dial the phone in a second, he picks up the phone and he's like punching the fucking the receiver, basically the dial the number. It's hilarious.
We don't need realism. We need to know. We need people to know what you're doing. It's like, it's a keyboard. They see my fingers moving.
Yeah.
No, like, you got to caveman that shit.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So now he's learning that there's narcotics in the system that cause them to go crazy. And he's like, why would you put this stuff in there? Here we go, right here. You hear him like it's like slamming the table at towards the last couple numbers. It's like
I've seen more realistic speaking spells, like a toddler with their phone. 9, 5, 8.
Yeah.
Like he's just like.
So now our Model 6 drone cyborgs here are ordered to detain the doctor and his sister because
What? Wait.
I know. Hold on. Well, you want to pause it?
No, I want to get through this motherfucker. The cyborg stopped the male, the guy, scientist. The girl flips this little like coffee table thing.
I know.
She makes it right by them. What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah. I mean, the guy comes up and just hugs him. Are you still playing right now, or?
Oh yeah, I'm playing.
I paused it. What time are you at?
8:08.
Alright, so I gotta get ahead of you a tiny bit.
That's fine.
Let me know when you get to about 8:15.
All right, hold on. 9, 10. They're shooting shitty lasers. 12, 13, 14, 15.
All right, we should be close enough.
Yeah, it looks like they're in Chinatown or something like that.
Yeah. It's all New York. It's still New York. They didn't. This is what I'm saying. I think they're all doing guerrilla shooting because they didn't try to change it and make it look futuristic at all.
Even though everything seems to be at night so far.
Yeah. It's mostly all at night. Actually, I think it is all at night.
Is it?
Less
Okay.
people around. Well, there's no.
Nah, totally guerrilla.
So this
now.
So I was like entertained a little bit from the beginning. I'm entertained at this part coming up here. This is kind of fun. But
is that guy sleeping
there's
with
the only
Idol?
There's the only bow and arrow in the whole movie. So she's trying to break into. So he was trying to.
Okay.
Her brother was telling her to go to this bounty hunter to help out, because they were having problems, and he couldn't get a hold of him. So she ran to go to this bounty hunter. So then she couldn't get in, so she lasers the door open with her gun, and he's in his underwear.
Wait. This man is not just in underwear. This man is wearing the tidiest of whiteys. Okay? Not to mention, he looks like a similarly hairy Robin Williams. Like, he's got a lot of body hair.
I said he kind of reminded me of Lorenzo Lamas a little bit.
Like a little bit.
Early day Lorenzo Lamas, before he started to age a little bit and become the distinguished gentleman he was in the 90s.
Now, here's my issue. You got two cyborgs in front of you. One's pointing a gun at you. You're wearing tighty whities. What is the first thing you do? Better yet, I'll tell you what the first thing you don't do is. You don't throw a fucking shitty sidekick, letting your balls swing in the fucking breeze. There's no support down there.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, this apartment, it's like the manliest apartment ever, but you can tell it's literally like a room. You know what I mean? That they just
literally
it's like
a single room.
Because it's like 4 brick walls, and then they just literally put like a couple weapons here and there. Like, there's a compound bow. There was a couple machetes. There's a fucking harpoon right there. There's some boxing gloves. There's going to be a heavy bag on the other wall. There's going to be size. Like, there's like no decoration here. Then there's like the bed, and then I think there's like an end table, but it's just hilarious. I
would love to know who the prop master was of this movie.
It's
like, hey, we need some futuristic weapons. Is that a fucking harpoon? Yeah.
I'm literally paused at 9:23, and there's a fucking harpoon on the wall and boxing gloves right next to it.
I'm at 9:22, and I'm looking at the same fucking harpoon. Like,
and it's not even like a harpoon gun. It's not like a harpoon gun. It's not. It's literally a fucking harpoon that, like, back in the 1900s and 1800s, you'd be sitting in a boat trying to stab a goddamn whale with, and that would have a rope.
It's the one inside,
to it.
Like, the bow staff, and it has the rope.
Yeah.
So when you hit it, the rope would stay with it, and yeah. It's actually what they could have said is this guy collects antique weapons.
Yeah.
And that would have made more sense because these fucking are definitely antiques. These are antiques in the 80s when this movie was filmed. They weren't even new. Christ.
But it's so now you're noticing how bad the action is. Like,
it's pretty bad. That was the worst. That was the worst kick I've seen in years.
It gets worse. All right, ready? Play on 3. 1, 2, 3. She's like running away, like she's gonna grab something, and then does nothing. So he just like handcuffs this cyborg to the radiator now. He has a crossbow, there's swords, now a heavy bag. But these cyborgs are supposed to be strong, but he can't break through these cuffs at all. You gotta have the Everlast boxing bag there. Oh, I see a machete. Hold on. He sees a machete on the wall.
Oh my god.
Super Stretch Armstrong here is gonna reach for this fucking machete. Now you have like punk chick just sitting there staring the whole time.
They keep cutting back to Billy Idol over there, trying to figure out what she's doing. What's that? What the fuck? You see it with your eyes. You know what it is. What, dude? If I'm this guy, if I'm this actor, if I'm this, you're her. Please rip her head off.
This is fantastic. By the way, it takes about 17 chops for him to get through his arm. It's kind of hilarious. He's such a strong cyborg. Look how many like it's like they're going for shock factor.
Well, I know. I mean, it could be like
It's just-
titanium. Like they could actually be like made of like metal. You know what I mean?
But then it's cut in their like
I
the
have a-
wrong spot. It's like blatantly he's holding like a fucking like 2x4 under his fucking arm there. It's so bad. But this is great. So for some reason, the Bounty Hunter shotgun doesn't work.
Hold on. If I am this actor wearing whitey tighties.
Hold on. All right, you have to go back to 1050, right? And look at the move that this side. I'm at 1051. That's the best I can get to.
That's fine.
We gotta look at the move the cyborg does to him when he's on the bed after he knocks down the one cyborg and the other cyborg comes up behind him. What does it look like to you when it happens? So ready, play.
Yep.
Right here.
He totally shoved
Pause
something
it.
up there. Yep, it totally.
He just
like
he comes
literally...
in great. He's like holding his ear or his hair with one hand, and it looks like he just shoved his fist or fingers right up his asshole through his tighty whities.
Yeah, well, you give him an oil check, obviously. Just, you know, but here's the thing I'm trying to say.
Credit card swipe, like I don't know. Yeah.
There was a scene earlier where if I was the actor in the whitey tighties and they told me I had this fight scene and stuff, I'd be like, all right, well, I got to think of some tasteful stuff to do. What does this guy do? He goes to roll around the bed, and he literally, like, just spread eagle fucking all the way around, just like nuts and fucking gooch. All, like, you're telling me this guy didn't get actors from his other movies to play in this movie? It's like, hey, can you make that karate roll across the bed, like, a little less gay, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think this guy was in those movies, but...
Then he has just about every Ninja Turtles weapons on the wall.
And some.
Again, the prop master was told to get futuristic weapons.
What time are you at?
I'm at 10:55.
All right, I'm at 10:54. Close enough.
Yep.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
All right. So there's definitely a bad. So this is actually really terrible fighting, and then gets actually this is the most homoerotic thing in it. You asked. He straddles him, tries to stick him with the sides, and throws him off. Then the cyborg comes up, and he's just like,
okay,
like
yeah.
it's just
he grabbed the sides and he hit him with the handle.
This is kind of
funny.
funny.
That's like grabbing
actually.
a knife. That's like trying to grab a knife and hitting someone with the handle.
It's like the second worst kick in the fucking movie right there. Like he breaks the light off, electrocutes him, and then he's like half laying on the bed because this guy can't fight worth a shit.
How is this guy the bounty hunter?
I don't know.
Like,
there's another. There's a bounty hunter chick later in the movie who's supposed to be a badass, and she is even worse than he is.
Wonderful.
With the
is
fighting.
Is she at least in whitey tighties?
No, she's in her stripper clothes basically.
Not even worth it. Jesus Christ. Oh, there was like an instant boob flash.
It's like she's trying so hard to hide it.
And then the cameraman's like, nope, I got you.
And like failed to do it. You see she's like desperately holding the sheets up as she's trying to, and then she realized she can't do it, so she's got to let go of the sheets in order. So she's like, if I do it quick enough, they won't see. Like,
nope.
So now
cameras are always rolling.
Yeah.
Baby.
So apparently, she just won't shut up the chick on the bed. She's all mad.
Billy Idol.
Yeah, Billy Idol there. But she's trying to say, you worked with my brother before, you did a job with him, I need to hire you, blah, blah, blah. Cyberdyne is taking over. Not literally, but
yeah.
You get my point.
No. It's true. The Omnicore, whatever.
Something really great is going to come up shortly, so I don't want to fast forward just yet, but...
This guy kind of reminds me, and I'm not saying
I'm sorry,
I just
got another... He just has this fucking Lorenzo Lamas look to him, like cleanly shaven.
Yeah,
it just makes me laugh right now. It's the hair.
And that's what I was actually about to say. Like, this guy literally got this job not for his acting skills, but like they saw him and said, "Oh my God, he would look great in movies. Let's not even see if he can act. Let's just put him in something." And lo and behold, he is a awful actor.
He's the basic bitch of men of the 80s. You know what I mean? Like, he's that just handsome guy next door. We can make you into an action star if you could just remotely act, but he can't.
He's like if Hall and Oates was just Hall and Hall and no Oates. You know what I mean?
Here goes Cyborg Model 7 finds him now, or possessed killer. Let me just run right into his arms. Oh no!
Oh shit! What? Wait, was she a robot?
Yeah. We'll figure that out later. Talk
so
about
this guy
it.
was having sex with the robot.
Yeah. They have pleasure droids. It's the future. Pleasure bots. But yeah, I just like how he just like throws her out the window nonchalantly. It's fucking hilarious. And then
wait. Oh my god.
You see that? He's laying his stomach.
He donkey kicked him.
And it's like the worst one. He's like laying his stomach on the bed, and he's like, he like flailed backwards. I don't know.
Dude, I've seen
so
less
bad.
telegraphed fights in a WWE ring. Seriously. Like, dude, when this cyborg goes to choke him, he doesn't go like this. He doesn't go, he goes,
Yeah.
Like, look, there's
How about
certain things...
this fight with the chair right now? Like, how bad is this? And I think he almost fell there, so he like tried to like hook his leg against the guy so he wouldn't fall over. But unless he was trying to do like a super shitty little kick, I don't know. It could have been that too. I don't know, man. It was just bad.
I have a harpoon. I have a crossbow. I have sides. Let me grab this chair, this wooden ass office chair. I hope he has a warranty on that pleasure bot.
Yeah, she's like, oh, easy come, easy go. He's just so heartless about it. He's like, oh, she's just a pleasure droid. Don't worry about it. Because she was like, oh, I can't believe she died. He's like, I don't give a fuck, basically.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, it's like my TV blew
out.
Yeah,
that's TV. He's like, and they're like, oh, I smell the drugs. He must have been pumped full of...
Oh, I got an ad coming up. Do you have an ad coming up?
No, I'll pause one.
All right. Oh, my God. It says
never mind. Yeah, there is an ad. Yeah.
3 30-second ads?
That's not too bad. It's a minute and a half. So,
I know.
So like, it's bad,
well,
but you're at least entertained right now, mildly, right?
Well, I can make fun of the movie well enough.
But you could see where I was like, all right, this might get good. This can't get worse, is what I'm thinking right now when I'm watching this. I'm like, I was very entertained. I laughed my ass off when he threw the girl out the window. I thought that was the funniest thing.
Oh yeah. No, here's the thing. I feel like they had this should have been a TV series, a show. They had like 30 minutes of a decent concept, and they're like, no, they want it to be a movie, and they're like, well, we got to make it at least 70 minutes. Okay, let's just add 40 minutes of bullshit filler, and right now we're getting a part of the good 30 minutes. And I'm not looking forward because I know.
Is the movie playing for you again?
No, I'm on my third ad.
Oh, I already started playing.
All right, we'll hit pause.
I am.
Yeah, I literally had 3 30-second ads.
I had one. Are you signed in, by the way?
I don't know. I'm not gonna minimize the screen and check it though. I have it on my iPad.
I was just wondering.
But yeah, we were actually talking about that earlier, where Tubi will actually give you, it seems, more advertisements if you're signed in instead of being a guest.
Yeah.
Okay, I am at 1552.
Now, granted, this Tubi video is only playing at like I think 360 or 480p. It's basically VHS DVD quality, but that's all I expect from this movie, honestly. I think other movies will play up to 720p, which is technically HD, but. I literally think this is a VHS basically ripped to a computer file.
Yeah, I think it was filmed at 144p. You know what I mean? Like the original film.
Yeah, I think it went from 35 millimeter to VHS, and this is a VHS ripped to a file. That's what we're watching right now on Tubi.
And the file is what ended up on DVD or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, I'm at 1552.
All right, I'm at 1614.
All right, hold on. Let me skip ahead.
Well, I just moved the bath, but it's 1602.
1602?
Yeah.
Oh, I stopped right on it. Awesome. And 1, 2, 3, play. Obviously, you can tell it's the 80s. A lot of big hair, a lot of mullets, a lot of flock of seagulls haircuts. She is an awful dancer.
Oh, dude, it's terrible. That's why I wanted to... Dude, it's so bad. This is supposed to be, I guess, their version of a strip club, but no one gets naked in here. That's the funny part.
Hold on.
And then...
Hold on.
This is the gray shuffle.
This
is going to be our bounty... This is going to be our bounty hunter later. This is where it's going to... This is one of her terrible fights actually coming up.
Bounty hunting in the future must pay shit if you're having to fucking dance in the club called Club Inferno. Although I would like to actually have that Club Inferno sign in my room. That is a pretty cool
It was a cool sign, yeah. Yeah. Look at these two fucking meatheads. You know, they're like, she's pretty hot. Let's go rape her on stage.
It's the 80s. You got to have a Coke vial filled with something.
Yeah, this is
they
the
put it
drug,
in their ear.
They put it in their ear, yeah.
She has torpedo boobs. I could tell because she's not wearing a bra. Just saying.
Get some of that action. Let's go rape her on stage because it's the wild, wild west here. Get her. Crescent kick.
Wait.
Yeah. They don't show anything, and then she tries to slam them together. They're obviously poor stuntmen. Nothing's going the way planned at all. You can tell.
Better selling in a WWE ring. Better selling in a WWE wrestling ring. I swear to God, dude.
There's more selling in a WWE ring.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I did so good. I beat them up. Hope you enjoyed the show.
You guys got
it's so bad.
Me dancing with all my holes in my leotard.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
So now they meet our main character, and they're like, "This is my bounty hunter friend / dancer / whatever, blah 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 blah," and just goes off and starts listing like she's
I
want to say Floyd Mayweather and his 4,000 names. You know what I mean? Like,
is this where it starts to get bad?
I mean, I didn't realize it at first, but yeah, I think this is where it starts getting bad. But I noticed it a little bit further from here because I was kind of.
You were
laughing.
still holding off for good.
Yeah,
you were still holding off for some good intent.
Yeah, I was still laughing like it's actually kind of worse the second time around watching it with you. I thought it'd be funnier. I really did. I don't know why.
Here's the thing.
But it's actually worse now watching it.
These movies, when they only have 20 minutes of material, but they need to fill like 70 minutes or whatever, they just say, okay, well, we'll just do a lot of dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes a boring fucking movie.
So now you
don't need...
So now you have the sister calling up Z. They're trying to make a deal because they realize that someone's hoarding all the drugs on the street and all the druggies are getting like antsy and crazy. So they realize that, it's one person hoarding everything. So now she realized she's a druggie. She's the one.
His sister is Cher, right?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, she kind of looks like Cher.
Yeah. Okay. Now, she is also trying to get power of the underground or the actual city. Like, are they legit or are they underground?
No, he's legit. He's part of that coalition or whatever. I think she was at one point in time, but she might be more underground now. Okay. She has her own lab and her own thing, but they don't really explain that too much. Obviously, I mean,
it's just what you picked up from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I'm realizing. She still has her own. She has her own cyborgs, but they're like the old models. They're not the new ones like he's working on.
Yeah.
Now she wants like something like 50 kilos of whatever that drug is. She was the one putting the drug in her ear and whatnot.
Right.
She's trying to make a deal with him. Yada yada yada. Bullshit. Yeah.
Hey, let me know when you're ready to skip ahead.
Yeah, you can fast forward to 21, 27, 28.
I'm there.
It's a couple minutes, but yeah.
No, 21, 28. Do you have the option to go 15 seconds ahead or back?
30 seconds on mine.
Oh, yours is 30. Okay, mine's 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm using the app. So yeah, if you hit that button once, I have to hit it twice. So yeah, we'll end up at the same spot, just about 21, 29.
Yeah. But I can put my mouse over it and see a little like preview what I'm skipping
right.
to.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I just do it that way. It's easy.
All right, so I'll hit play.
Yeah, ready now?
Go. Yep.
So now we see this is our bounty hunter, stripper, dancer, prostitute extraordinaire, and we see so there's two level 7 drugged out cyborgs left on the hunt here, and this one is Mr. Beefy Guy, and
his arms aren't even that big. God damn it! You gotta have big arms to walk around like that.
So what they said before is that they have telekinetic abilities where they know that if they're hunting
did you see that awesome?
Yeah, I will get to that in a second. Yes, I'll get to that in a second.
The Bluetooth?
Yeah,
okay.
I'll get to that in a second. It's actually an implant on him, but so if they know you're hunting them, they don't fuck. If you're hunting them, they'll know you're hunting them because of their telekinetic abilities, so they'll in turn hunt you. I know it makes your brain hurt. So that's how they found her, because they made a deal with the other guy. She's like, I want my normal pay, and then he told her.
Wait a minute, this is the future, and that bitch is using a payphone.
Yes,
we don't even have payphones now.
But he's got that tracker device where he can track her with an implant phone in his ear, but she's using like a payphone.
Like not even like a.
It's not even a real.
Payphone.
It's not even a real payphone. They obviously made that. That's not what payphones looked like back in the day.
No, it looked like an emergency box phone. Like when you're on the highway and you got to use that emergency phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool to see New York at this time period. Yeah. Oh, this is definitely Gorilla. You want to know something? This exact setting has been in multiple movies. This was in Maniac with the guardrail and the bridge.
That's the Brooklyn. It's the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yep. And then you got the bricks on the
So
on
now
the
what's
ground
funny is like, so this is the guy who told the call, the weapons guy, and he's just like watching her get her ass kicked, and he's like, no, cut her some slack, buddy. You know, it's like they were too cheap to break her back. I think he just gave her a little flick of the fingers in her camel toe there. Also,
that actually wasn't the worst kick I've seen.
No,
this guy seems
that was the only I think this guy can probably kick as good as we can, but that's not really saying much because we're not martial artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I could kick someone in the shin pretty good.
But compared to everyone else, he looks like fucking Van Damme over here, like with his kicks.
Yeah.
It's not even that good of a kick, but compared to everything else we see, we're like, oh, that's actually a pretty good kick, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's like, in comparison, it's like dog shit doesn't look good, but then you get a pile of horse shit, and it's like, well, that dog shit doesn't look that bad. Yeah.
So this is where I started to realize this movie's really going to suck. This is where I picked it up, because, like, I'm like, oh, what a shitty fight scene. Like, they could have, like, picked her up, maybe, like, tried to break her back, but he's just, like, literally held her up, spun her around, and the guys are sitting there watching, and then he's like, let her
put her in a chokehold at least, you know?
Yeah, like something. And then they don't. The cyborg doesn't even fight him. He just breaks the concrete on the bridge and then walks away. Like, what the hell is going on here? Like it doesn't make any sense. It's like they had no one able to do proper choreography and fight scenes. It's just bullshit.
But even when they saw the playback. They didn't think maybe we should do something to zazz it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Twin Towers again, very untasteful.
Yeah, so we're gonna skip
15 years before it happened.
We're gonna skip to 27, 12ish, 27. Yeah, 27-12 in that area.
I made it to 27-17. So just hit play.
No. It's kind of funny. I want if you try to go back that a little bit further, then.
2710.
All right, I can get the 27.9.
That's fine.
Actually, 27.10 because it started.
Right.
I had to pause real quick because he's like kind of punching the bag a little bit. Like it's just
did you hit play
yet?
yet?
It's kind of hilarious. No.
All right.
We didn't do it. We didn't do a count, so I didn't hit play.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you were already talking about what was happening.
No.
This, before we hit play, this room literally just looks like they have an office building and they had a storage room.
This
and
is a
take
storage room in the
everything
basement.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
take
is a storage
everything
room
out
in a
and this is our
basement,
set.
I don't really think there's any
Jesus
power cords anywhere. They literally just drilled some holes, put some
This is
anchors
basically-
in the wall to hang some stuff up.
This is basically like The Room, where Tommy Wiseau always comes home. 80% of the movie The Room is shot in that house. And yeah, they do a little bit outside, this and that. This is the main house of The Room. This is their...
I don't think they come back to it after this, though. I'm not sure.
Really?
I'm not positive. Yeah, I don't remember.
All right, well, let's
But
hit
like
play.
this is what ready play. This is what I'm realizing the movie's like really like crappy. Yeah. Like,
He hits it like someone someone who's never owned a punching bag, but their friend has, and they go over their house and they just want to hit it once. They're just like, man.
There was like a
little
punch or
fucking
two
dump.
before that, but I guess it was like a couple seconds back before that. But he's
no,
supposed to be
I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, this is supposed to be he's supposed to be their weapons gear guy. He's like,
Oh, you like that crossbow? Wait till you check out this harpoon, sir. We have a harpoon, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
he actually doesn't give them any weapons. He gives them like this. He's like, can you get this tracker to adjust to pick up the cyborg's like signal or some shit like that? And then he's like, can you adjust this tracker to pick up drugs it'll pick up this drug that's any higher than 10 kilos. So if he has 9 kilos, we can't find him. But if he has 10 kilos or more, this will zone in on this drug.
You know what?
And
this
then
is?
the
You
last
know what
one
this
is
No,
the last one's worst.
no, I get it. I know what this is.
This one.
This is the attempt of exposition, because originally the director wanted to make a 3-hour-long movie, but they didn't give him the budget, so he had to explain everything in this short amount of time, and that's why we get all this bullshit.
So this thing's supposed to be a fucking bomb that'll go in little areas for you, but yet it like walked around like it's like one of those little wind up things where you like turn the
Like
thing
the
and it's
chattering
like,
teeth.
you little walk, and then I guess it was on a string and they yanked it away and gave it a little cheesy sound effect like pew! You know, like, but yet it flew away, but it didn't blow up, but it was supposed to be a bomb and he activated it. I don't know.
Jesus Christ almighty.
But now it's back.
Dude.
I don't know what the hell's going on. This is his superior weapon,
Dude, and he's
I don't know.
Yeah, he's the weapons guy, and it's like, oh, you're the
Superior
weapons guy. He's
firepower.
like, yeah, can you make the 12 o'clock on my VCR stop blinking? Oh yeah, I got you, man. The fuck, like no.
Hey man, in the
something with
'80s that was like a
weapons.
legit thing, man. You had to like know how to program
yeah.
a computer to get that clock working on the VHS
Oh yeah,
or VCR.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
I
that's
never,
not VHS.
I
Whatever,
never,
close
I
enough.
never figured it out. I honest to God, never figured it out. It blinked.
I
all the
did.
time.
I was always the guy that did figure it out, but some of them were pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I had a Panasonic VHS player.
Yeah.
And there was only like 4 buttons on the front, and none of them said clock. It was like play, stop, fast forward.
Yeah, you had to
rewind.
like hold in like secret buttons, and then like other options would come up because there was no like clock button. It's kind of like car radios sometimes, especially older car radios. You had like secret prompts.
You had to
hit
like
in
hold
order to
6 for 10
activate.
seconds.
Yeah, then do that. Like literally, there were some Toyota radios where you had to do like crazy, ridiculous key codes.
Your
to activate
explanation,
stuff.
your explanation of how to get the alarm clock to stop blinking on a VCR is more interesting than this movie. Yeah,
Well, she was just talking about how these robots are sex maniacs, sort of, but instead of being sex maniacs, they just kill for pleasure because of the drug. The drug heightens all your senses, and they're 10.
That is
now,
pretty cool.
The sevens that they're fighting are 10 times stronger than the other ones they were fighting. Well, I guess they're not that strong because The other ones couldn't even get out of a pair of handcuffs, and
They couldn't
they
cut
were
their own hand
attacked
off.
by Yeah, they were. Yeah, exactly. It took multiple judo chops were doing mega damage to them and whatnot. So
This is a
this is
porno
when
set.
this is when it got really really boring, and I was just like, oh my god, like
This is a porno set.
Well,
100%
they do have sex here.
Oh, what do you know? Gray
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
something about porn.
Yeah,
Fucking
there's
shocker.
no boobs, as far as I remember. So you might as well just fast forward past it.
Yep.
So I'm at 304 or 3402. Sorry.
3402. Hold on. All right, I'm there. 3403. Whatever. I'm close.
Go ahead. Play.
Play.
So you got this old lady yelling at her daughter who's making out some guy, like, get in there, get in here. So it's more like just bullshit filler. And I guess they get up and start the walk away, or they show another couple, whatever. But
Wolfman, I have a question. Are there any mutants in this movie called Mutant Hunt?
No. Well, they call the cyborgs mutants. They call them...
A cyborg is not a
they're
mutant, though.
No, but they call them that because they're mutated because of the drug that goes in them. That's why they're calling them mutants. But yeah, with Mutant Hunt, you expect them to be mutated people, not cyborgs. It's a Mutant Hunt, yeah. So now you see his face is all fucked up because he's getting fucked up from the drug. The drug is rotting away at all their biological. There's the judo chops and
hold on. So Vanilla Ice
Yeah.
with acne
Yeah.
pops around the corner, literally chops a guy not in the neck, in the shoulder, because as you guys all know, that's how you knock somebody out.
In a movie fight, you got a judo chop to the... It's hilarious.
Right,
and it's like really wide, like...
Yeah, super
And
telegraphed.
then he throws like just a single hammer fist to his head, and then just throws her around. He picks this girl up like it's Dirty Dancing, and they're doing the lift scene at the end of the dance. He grabs her by the hips and
Meanwhile,
holds her up, and then now there's a head that just got ripped off in the process of it.
but they only showed the shadow.
Yeah, and a blood splatter.
Obviously.
Yeah, and a blood splatter. But apparently our bounty hunter has been watching this the whole time. And he's like, just bring it on, Cyborg. And he just punches him in the dick. And then double axe.
This guy literally just watched a woman get her head ripped off.
Yeah.
Could have saved her at any moment.
Yeah. Because you showed him earlier, he comes around the corner and he's just like looking down the alley or down the street, and he sees these people. It's like he was standing there. Again, just like the guy earlier was watching him go at the other girl, and he's like, cut her some slack. This guy comes in super late. And then this fight is like the worst equivalent to the They Live fight, where it's like this looks like a WWE no holds bar backyard brawl in the alleyway, but like not done well at all. You know what I mean? Like those early like late 90s hardcore matches that were just really crappy to watch.
Yeah. No, I feel like what it is like they didn't have a lot of money for film, and everything was done on one take. It's like, oh shit, I flubbed my line. Hey, guess what? We got to keep rolling.
I don't even think they had a choreographer, honestly. Like they did nothing.
Like if me and you right now try to do a fight scene,
we'd be way better than this.
We had 10 minutes of preparation for a minute worth of footage.
In an alley, garbage cans, like all sorts of stuff hanging around.
10 minutes of prep for 1 minute of filming. We could do 10 times better than what we just saw.
Yeah, by far. And then, so these people are covered in blood from the other one. From the other couple getting their head ripped off, and all he says to them, not, are you alright? Or whatever. You should get off the streets at night. You never know what you're going to run into here. This is what he says to him. He's the most insensitive good guy ever.
Now we have Bill Murray on AIDS here, talking to Cher. I just noticed Cher has like no ass as she walked back. I don't know if she's wearing like the super thin yoga.
I didn't pay attention at all. Yeah.
Dude, it literally looks like a frog put on a pair of pants. Like there's just no, you know what I mean? And that might have been the look in the 80s. Like, like Sir Mix-a-Lot.
I mean,
he talked about
she is the
he wants
prettiest one in
big
the whole
butts.
movie. Not that it matters, but she's the prettiest one.
No, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now we have the Yeti.
Yeah. He's bandaged up like a fucking mummy. Obviously, it's some sort of cyborg we're hiding for the end mega fight, I'm assuming.
He's our super shredder.
Yeah, basically.
Now it looks like they got a day past the Staten Island because and they're at the golden hour. They got to get the sunrise on. Look, if you are a first-time filmmaker, there's certain things that you're always going to want to shoot. You always want to get a sunrise or a sunset because you want that golden light. You always want a city or a bridge background. Like this guy, but it's not his first movie. The guy, he filmed a lot before this. Oh my God, dude.
So if you skip ahead to 4016, skip ahead another couple minutes.
I'm there, 4015, yeah. Oh!
An Asian man.
Are you hitting play?
Yeah, ready.
I was actually going to say Liu Kang here is taking out the trash.
Yep, Liu Kang is definitely taking out the trash, and here's fucking AIDS face.
Ugh.
He's definitely got the new plague.
He looks like if Vanilla Ice and Freddy Krueger had a baby, and then somebody got steroids and put it in that baby's butt, and grew up to be that guy.
Well, I just found out that AIDS can actually fuck up your face. That's why I called him that. I know it was a little insensitive to fucking AIDS people, but that one actor from Cobra with Sylvester Stallone, the main bad guy, apparently has AIDS. I had no idea. He was Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat.
Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn, yeah, in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And other movies. He has that iconic face, and he kind of had a little bit of the way his cheeks, like whatever, were a certain way. But when he got diagnosed with AIDS and he was terminally ill, his face started getting grooves and sunken in, and yeah, like his face is severely scarred, and
it's kind of like pot marks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, just like.
But he's got like lines,
like
but he's got lines, and it's like scarring. So he had like the best kicks in the movie, this guy, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna choke you real high in the air, but I'm gonna just lay you down so softly. Oh, here,
what are the odds?
Just take a nap. Just take a nap here.
What are the odds that the Asian guy knows karate? I mean, listen. People tell us not to use stereotypes.
He's got
People tell us not to use stereotypes, but this is where they were born.
Chop.
Oh,
more judo chops because this is what's effective.
Ooh, but
he actually just elbowed the shit out of that guy. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just broke his neck trying to do. Then he just broke his neck trying to do a spear.
Yeah, but when you spear, you use your shoulder.
Yeah.
When you spear, you got to use this. He torpedoed. He used the top of his head. He's like,
oh! It's like in high school football, they teach you not to do that when you tackle, so you don't break your neck. But I think this guy just broke his neck and stumbled on home.
He skipped that day. And that is actually the worst ending of a fight. Like, the worst ending of any fight is when somebody runs away. Like, knock him out. Do something. No, he's like, I don't want to fight anymore.
This guy's got his little pit bot from fucking Fallout telling him, oh, danger close.
I have major problems. I have major problems with this movie.
What, with this movie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so do I. This movie's terrible.
I would strongly encourage you to join Devo.
I think that's the look they were going for, honestly.
Yeah, dude, as soon as I saw him stand there like that, that's what I thought, Devo. What is he holding, a fork? What is that?
That's supposed to be the gun. That's what they've been shooting stuff this whole movie with.
Oh, the laser gun? That's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got a guy tied up by handcuffs, probably used from the porno prop department.
This is our main bounty hunter guy who's captured so easily. But he's supposed to be a badass and fought super cyborgs, but yet this previous cyborg
he politely asked him to come with me, and then the guy's like, okay, and now he's fucking chained up.
Yeah, he's like, okay, you got the gun, I'll go with you. So now she has him chained up, and she needs him to do her bidding, or she's gonna set the bomb off that she put in his head now. So he now has a bomb in his head. Your face is just funny now. Actually, I'm enjoying
Because
this, just watching your reactions.
Because they didn't show anything.
No, they're just telling you about it.
Literally,
Like they're telling you it's all boring dialogue.
that's like literally if you and me shot a scene and it's like, all right, what we have to do is we have to sneak in while this guy's sleeping and we have to tape this bomb to the head. And the next scene is you and me walking back in the room, be like, wow, I can't believe how well that went. We taped it to his head.
Oh no, they literally taped the bomb to his neck because he's like, all right, you just take the bomb off me and I'll tell you. And he's like, it's actually kind of funny. And he's like, are you sure you are going to do it? She's like, yeah, I'll do it. I promise. Are you really, really sure you're going to take the bomb out if I tell you? Yeah. Are you really, really sure? You're like, what the fuck? And she's like, all right. And she like then he like, she's like, all right, I deactivated it. And, he punches her in the face and it's actually kind of hilarious because I think he actually really punched her and she wasn't prepared for it. And then he just pulls something off the back. It's coming up soon.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And then he pulls off the thing off the back of his neck and he runs away because he breaks out of his chains.
I feel like they would have had a better job at pacing if they hired fucking Alan Rickman to do all the like, because like the talking is so slow. But at least if you'd have him, he'd be like,
you know what this movie needs? You know what this movie really needs?
To not
Nicolas
exist.
Cage.
I don't even think he could. No.
1987 Nicolas Cage, because you didn't see Deadfall yet.
No, I'm familiar with early Nicolas Cage, though.
No, but you didn't see Deadfall.
See, I don't know if... See, Nicolas Cage wouldn't fix the pacing, the cinematography.
Are you sure? I promise that's it.
Did you see the tracking lines?
Yeah. He's like, really? She's like, yes, I took it off, I swear. All right, then. She's like giving him like sexy eyes, and she's like, yeah, I took it off. He's like, are you sure? Yeah, I promise.
He literally went...
Dude, he gave her the full tricep right to the head. She was not prepared for that.
And you know what? An actor who didn't get hit probably would have been like, oh. But she actually, I was like, oh. Like he probably did.
I don't even know if she got a chance to put her hands up. I think he just hit her.
More of that, please. I'm sorry. This movie definitely... Oh, hey, look. Is it one of the rare daylight scenes?
Yeah, but they're in some weird fucking building area.
They got to be careful that they don't interrupt the shooting of the RoboCop versus Red scene, which is later in the building. Doesn't it look like the building where they had their final fight? See, now you can't see it. Oh, I got an ad coming up.
Really? I don't. All right.
Well, you said that last time.
And then it did, but let me know when you're in the ad.
Ooh. I'm in the ad. Applebee's.
All right, I'm pausing.
Ooh. Irresistibles are back. Just $7.99.
So I'm paused at 47.29 when you get back, and there's gonna be another really bad mutant fight. Billy Idol's girlfriend from the bar earlier with a kind of half a mohawk or whatever going on, and her two idiot friends that got beat up by the girl on the stage. They were super terrible at acting, fighting, the choreography.
Hold on. Don't explain too much of the movie.
I'm telling you who's going to be in the scene. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
They're going to be in the scene. I'm just saying they're the ones that were so bad, earlier, and they're going to be in the scene, and they're going to fight some people. That's all. I'm just trying to fill time where you get through your ad. I'm not trying to.
Well, at what point in the movie do you think you stopped watching? Like, how much of the movie do you think you missed? Like 5 minutes, 8 minutes?
I don't know. I'm gonna figure out because I do remember a little bit of this. This is where I sort of started to zone out a little bit.
Okay.
But I do.
Well, I mean, I can see why.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's definitely where I started to zone out. I was not not fully into this movie anymore. I was really like disappointed. I was very upset.
Hold on,
because I had high hopes from the trailer. Like I was invested.
This is one thing I do.
I wanted this to be so good.
I want to tell people. Hold on. Pause. ladies and gentlemen, 99% of the time on our episodes, when we watch something, we'll recommend it, whether it's a good movie or whether it's so bad it's good, or at least watch it once to get the experience. I would not recommend anybody waste 70. Like, you know what?
I recommend watching the trailer.
The only interaction you should ever have with this movie is listening to us talk about it. You will literally...
Unless you want to watch it while we're talking about it. But even then, I don't even know if it's 100% worth it.
I don't even think they need to. Yeah, honestly, no. We're doing a good enough job. Again, they have a nighttime skyline shot. Twin Towers, very untasteful. 15 years before it actually happened. I am at 47.20.
I'm at 47.29.
All right, let me just...
You're going to mutant face that looks like he's just covered in... Well, I guess there's sort of cyborgy face melt going on. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
It kind of looks like a pumpkin that was like melted.
Yeah,
like a wax pumpkin.
Yeah, sort of.
All right, you want to hit play?
Yeah, ready, play.
Go. Yep, 47.29. If you guys are watching. Oh my God. One of the rejects.
See, like, I'm not trying to be a dick. I actually thought that was a man in the first scene, but it turns out it's actually a chick.
Yeah, no, like, I knew. I yeah.
Because she didn't talk or anything, and she had a very like manly face from the angle they shot her out earlier. I thought it was just three dudes. She was like the head dude. It turns out she's a chick, and so somehow they're now fighting the random cyborg here in this junkyard brawl. It seemed. And our arms dealer, air quotes, sees them fighting and all of a sudden comes in and starts doing some ridiculous kicks to... Because apparently they're very vulnerable to fancy jumping spin kicks.
Wasn't last week the Capoeira movie? Yeah. Last week we dealt with all that.
He's floating like a butterfly, man, and stinging with the Jean-Claude Van Damme kicks here.
Floats like a butterfly, stings when I pee.
Yeah.
Mutant Hunt in 3D. No, I'm kidding. It's not. Fuck. Yeah.
This is the best. This is where the budget went to in the movie. Is like this guy right here. This is what you were talking about earlier. You're like, oh, he looks cool, but I didn't want to talk about it because I knew they were coming back to it.
It's like
and this part is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous part. So he was the first of the three. He was the first of the three that were left of the... What?
Are we going to actually get some...
No, because she's wearing... You can see it, actually. She's wearing a cover.
Yep. I already saw it. She leans
out. There's a little bit of the black. Yeah. He's the first of the three that went down. I thought he was dead, and then he was slowly rotting away from the... chemicals in him, but it turns out he's actually still alive and doesn't die. So he starts moving around, and you're like, oh, it's actually pretty cool. But it gets... now they're doing more Patrick Swayze Dirty Dancing around. They're
right before that big cyborg almost butt-fucked that guy. Yeah. Because he had him by the waist behind. I can see why.
Here we learn that they're afraid of broomsticks, and a broomstick can severely beat up a super cyborg.
To be fair, that could be a mop handle.
All right.
Big difference. Yeah. I mean, never mind.
I think it's a broomstick because I think it had the little screw-on end. A mop kind of clamps in. At least the ones I'm sort of familiar with.
Yeah, like your restaurant-style ones. They have the rechangeable heads.
Yeah, well, like from being a mechanic, we had mops and stuff. They usually
this effect is surprisingly good for this movie.
Yeah. That's what I said. All the budget went to this character, and he's going to get up and stand up and walk around, and it's the most ridiculous plot point part of this movie, and that's saying a lot because this whole movie is just ridiculous and bad.
I mean, listen, if all of my budget was shot in like a couple scenes, I would want those scenes to be as much as possible, like as long, get people like, hey, this costs us money, okay? We want you guys to see it. But they keep interjecting it with fucking, a shower scene that doesn't show anything.
I don't understand why she was in the shower in the first place. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to think too much into the movie. Obviously, they know she's being hunted and they're fighting and all that, and stay here. So you think going in the shower is the safe thing to do? What if they broke back in while you're in the middle of the shower? You're not prepared to, like, I don't know. Thinking too much here.
This is actually, if I saw this as a kid, I would actually be legitimately scared of this moment right here.
Yeah, no, it's the best part of the moment, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
no,
now he's saying so now he's saying the drugs have gone through his system to a certain extent that he's going to be fine for the next 6 hours, that he doesn't want to kill anyone. That's what he's explaining right now. So, like, every 6 hours, they go through a rampage for X amount of time. But then if that was true, why weren't the other ones... Why are they in constant rampage going on? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. It's a huge plot hole.
His withdrawals are over, and he's going to be acting normal. But I feel like he was incapacitated for the last few hours, where the other ones have had time to possibly go and use and stuff like... You know what I mean?
I don't know if they're using it. It's in their bloodstream and totally in there. So it doesn't say anything how they keep reusing, though. Because they're out in the street. It doesn't show them going back.
So if it's based on a time table of 6 hours, then the drug has nothing to do with it. If they're automatically every 6 hours doing this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this fight is still going on.
Yes. And now he's got another stick. Well, it's like a 2x2.
2x2.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we both said it. Yep. Oh, all right. That was pretty cool. He just stabbed this 2x2.
This is what I'm saying. Like, they showed a lot of the cool effects were all in the trailer that I saw, which made me think the whole movie was gonna have cool, like, shitty. So now we're bounty hunter dude comes out of nowhere and jumps off the bus.
Wait a second.
Most amazing.
Pause. He didn't jump off the bus. He was standing on the bus.
Yeah.
He jumped in the air, and then they should have cut while he was in the air, and the next thing was him landing. They started to show him landing on the bus again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he literally jumped and then landed on the bus.
And then they cut to him jumping up in the air and then coming back down, so it made it try to pretend to look like he jumped off the bus. I just meant he was jumping off the bus, but yeah, it was a bad... I don't know my notes.
That was
now.
Awful. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, it's really bad. I'm at 53:14. I'm at 14.
14? All right, I'll hit play. And hit play now.
So she's just, like, creepily staring at them fighting right now.
She kind of looks like Luna Vachon, but with different hair, but in the face. And I could definitely tell how you thought maybe she was a dude.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, the Luna, the wrestling manager / wrestler back in the day. Yeah, similar hair. Yeah. Are you okay,
had, like,
man?
the fake tattoos on her head.
Yeah. So, you okay, man? Yeah. And then the punks run away, but they're still, like, looking over. I don't know.
It seems like most of the special effects in this movie are coming from the robots, the cyborgs, after they're dead. Not when they're fighting and stuff, because they're just normal actors. But when they're on the ground, they're decomposing, or they're this or that. Like, that's where it seems like all of the special effects are. Which means none of these actors really wanted to wear any kind of special prosthetics or makeup. God, it's lazy. Oh, and by the way, we are 54:30, and there's literally 19 minutes left of this movie. Like, that is the one golden lining of this movie, is it's only 70-some minutes long.
Yeah, and now, this is where I don't really remember any of this. So I skipped ahead to 56, 52. I could tell you briefly when I scanned through here.
What was it, 56?
52. So the doctor is on the table, like he's on, like, a torture rack earlier, and the guy's like, I'm gonna have to kill you. You know too much. You can foil my plan or whatever. And then they, doesn't fucking matter what they talk about. You know what I mean? And then
obviously he doesn't kill him. So
yeah. And then you see the girl sneaking through, like, his little compound lair here, and then now they're out here for some sort of meetup, and this is, like, where I really, really zoned out. And
Okay.
I'm going to be pretty much sort of watching this for the first time, most of this now. I did catch bits and pieces of this when I was on my phone here and there, but so I don't know if they're going to say anything important here, but I'm ready to hit play if you are.
Yep. 56-52, ladies and gentlemen, and play in 1, 2, 3. I do want to continue to talk because obviously if you're not watching this movie or watching along with us, you don't want to hear us just sit here quietly. Now, first black people I've seen in the entire movie were in that scene driving that little fucking go-kart.
They basically look like bakery workers or something like back in the day.
Yeah, they worked at Good Burger. Yeah.
Just moving boxes, and he's like, "Oh, I've been working on this for 6 months. You're gonna ruin my plan." Yada yada yada.
What do you think this set?
Evil.
What do you think this set is in real life?
I honestly have no idea. I was trying to figure that out because they showed it earlier when she was sneaking in. It's Interlax, apparently.
Yeah, it's like a building, but there's like 2 buildings, and they got these cubes coming out.
Almost it's almost like 2 apartment buildings, but they're not apartment buildings when you look closely at them. They're like it's like cement cubicles, but then there's like a roof that like connects both of them in between. It's weird. I don't know. But then now we run into in real life, I don't know what that would have been. I don't have the slightest idea. I thought it was just some shitty housing at first, but then I realized it wasn't housing. It wasn't like decks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now, she planted our little bomb guy from earlier on this wall here, and it's going to explode. But our 2 heroes run into our semi-friendly bot because he says he feels pain, and he needs her to fix him so he doesn't feel pain anymore.
Jesus Christ.
That bomb thing just jumped off the wall and stuck into that guy's neck. So this innocent dude just working at the factory died.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I was not expecting any kind of bomb to be set off in this movie, but there was actual flame. Like that was an actual explosion that they did on set. Yeah. So hey, kudos to them, you know.
This is where all the budget went. They just had no budget for the middle of the movie. It's just for the special effects for this one cyborg.
That's what I'm saying. It would have been a better TV show. Like if they did this in like a 45-minute TV show to cover an hour, they would have had It's weird. You can tell that this robot, you can tell the head and all that's fake, but the arms are a real human.
Yeah,
he just reached behind him and grabbed something.
He's in a good amount of makeup right now.
Yeah. I know it sounds stupid because there's definitely no behind-the-scenes footage of this movie, but I would have loved to see how they actually hid the real guy's head, you know.
I think what helps is the low quality of the movie.
Probably, yeah. Cher and Devo here are having a little conversation. She doesn't look like she's just been elbowed in the face.
No bruise, no nothing. So she was like, "Oh, it's not our fault. He got away. You know, our deal should still be good. I want to go get my 50 fucking kilos of drugs or whatever." And she's like, "How much did you get?" And he's like, "Oh, they only gave me 6 ounces." He's like, she's
hold
like, what?
Hold on.
She's
Pause.
freaking out.
Pause. Let me just tell you guys something. If a cartel told me to get them 50 kilos of something and I showed up with 6 ounces of something, you would find my body parts all across America. All right?
I know,
fucking
it's a huge
50
difference.
kilos.
Yeah.
Honest to God. And 6 ounces is a lot.
Yeah.
But 50 kilos is a fucking shit ton. Like a metric shit ton. I want to point this out, and I don't know if you know the reference or not, but before the NWO was a thing in WCW, they had, the Giant, the Big Show. He came out, and he was... Well, they were building up on Halloween Havoc, I think 95, that they had the secret weapon. And the secret weapon was this wrestler who eventually became part of Raven's flock. He went by Reese. He was like 7'2" or 7'3".
And he was wrapped in
big.
the mummy bandages. Are you talking about that guy?
And they called him the Yeti.
Is he the one that got the Cartman hat on his head at one point in time, or am I thinking of some other?
No, that's WWF. Right. That was the Oddities.
Okay, whatever. Same difference, basically.
Yeah,
different.
It is.
Yeah, it's probably the same dude, probably. For all we know.
Not too many 7'2" wrestlers out there. So Hulk Hogan is standing here, and the Big Show is bear hugging him, so they're chest to chest.
Yeah.
Then the Yeti walks down the aisle, gets in the ring, and starts hugging Hulk Hogan from the back and wrapping his arms. So basically, the Yeti starts butt fucking Hulk Hogan while Andre the Giant's son hits it from the front.
Well, it's not really his son, but they played him as that. I know. They tried to, yeah.
Yes. And that is what this guy on the screen reminds me of right now. This 7-foot tall, butt fucking Hulk Hogan Yeti. I'm ready to play.
What? Are you at 1 minute, 1 hour and 30 seconds?
I am.
All right, that's where I'm at too. All right, we had a good pause that time.
That was.
Ready, play. Play.
Oh, there was a cigarette burn on the screen. Did you see that?
Yeah, has something to do with the reels. They've been in the corner for a bunch of times.
They call them cigarette burns because they're little circles. But
yeah.
I didn't notice any.
They've been there like throughout the whole fucking movie. There's been like 10 of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Probably because we paused before it was.
And they're super noticeable ones. Sometimes they're just like minor. But these are
small,
really noticeable in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
On my screen, they're about a good 2 to 3 inch diameter.
Yeah, I'm watching on the iPad. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video, it's literally like a hole this big compared to the screen that you're watching.
Hey, easy there, racist. You just gave me the okay sign.
Racist? I never heard that.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. That's the thing. You know the OK game where you make the little thing and if someone looks down at it or whatever, you kick him in the dick or you give him a punch or whatever?
Below the belt, though, yes.
Yeah. You do the thing. That apparently is, if you're doing that, you're white power fucking Nazi. That's a Nazi sign now. They just, this, it's been a thing for a couple of years now, but they just recently took the OK sign out of Call of Duty Modern Warzone now, even though it's... Someone on 4chan made a joke about that or whatever, and the lefties took off with it, and now they think it's a weird thing. I know we don't get into politics, but I had to make the joke because he made the little symbol.
But I'm awestruck.
Yeah, that's literally the thing. It's been a thing for a couple of years now, actually.
You ever have
no, there's been police officers that have been fired because they had group photos with them doing that as a joke. For your the friends is the game people play. Because in roller derby we used to play that game. We used to if you got caught doing that with your hand below your belt, you
punch them or whatever.
You get a little nut tap or a punch in the shoulder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm familiar with the game. I've been playing it forever. But my thing is have you ever had that feeling you just don't want to live on this planet anymore?
Yeah.
Fucking
all the time.
Okay, so wait, hold on.
So
Tom Hanks,
she's
Devo.
She's scorned.
He just
pissed off. So now she's unwrapping her creation of fucking cyborg monster, but she's doing it all kind of trying to be all skanky, slutty about it. That was sexy. I don't know how you want to, but it's not working at all. She's trying. Yeah.
That was a perfectly good yoga mat they just ruined. And literally somebody grabbed markers from the office and just drew lines on his back.
And somehow she's naked rubbing up against him. I don't know why that needs to be there, but yeah, I mean...
I'm not complaining.
You don't see anything, but yeah, it's just kind of weird.
You get a little side boob. Oh, but looks like she just checked his oil too.
I mean, I guess he's supposed to be scarred, but yeah, they just took marker and Sharpie and just drew on him. On his back and gave him a couple lines across his back. And they
if I had a Sharpie right now, I would literally show you what they did.
And they gave it kind of a little highlight.
I have another ad coming up.
Do you really? I still
But
haven't.
it's one of two, and they're 30 seconds. So at least I'm not.
Let me know when you get your ad.
Oh, I got it now.
All right, I'm pausing. I'm at 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 10 seconds. This is what I'm saying. Like, I find it weird.
I needed this pit stop.
Okay.
I needed this pit stop because I'm aggravated. Like, very rarely does a movie actually get me, like, in a pissy mood.
Yeah, but this is supposed to end. This is supposed to be our, like, third act, our climax.
Right.
You know, like, towards the ending. And this is the most boring part of the whole fucking movie, almost. There was boring parts earlier, and then now it's even, just as bad. This is why I zoned out of this movie. Like, I'm just...
Even the small amounts of cool practical effects don't make up for the fact that it was happening during something that was boring. It's not like an explosion went off and then cool practical effects.
Yeah.
It's like a guy's reading a book and it's like, oh, here's a practical effect,
Yeah. Here's a crawling hand across the street. Like...
Yeah, in reference to nothing, though. I'm at 104.
It was just uncalled for. They needed to be in there. Yeah, I'm at 104.10, so just let me know when you're at when you get to 104.10. Or you know what I mean, 1 hour, 4 minutes, 10 seconds.
Right now.
So they're at a Mexican standoff, sort of. They're on one side of this area. They're at the other. You release your hostage. You release your hostage. No, you release yours first. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. Yeah, how it is.
Honest to God, I thought the good doctor in this movie was going to be like the main player. He just came back into the movie after being gone from the beginning.
Yeah, it was his sister and the hunters. But
yeah,
the funny thing is, on the covers, all they show is the one. They show the two bounty hunters and then their weapons guy.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are on the cover. I help them. I help you.
So right now, the evil lord guy is trying to convince the robot that he can help him, but the robot just picks him up by his.
I think he did
mat.
a little more of his Stretch Armstrong trick here. Yeah.
Yep.
It's very ridiculous. I guess that's like as close as we're getting to the box cover. He's holding him with Stretch Armstrong arm and.
Oh my God. This is supposed to be the climax of this movie.
Is like that guy dead now? I don't understand which happened. Like he picked him up and then dropped him. I'm totally
so wait
confused.
Now Cher just pressed the button and out comes
on
the
her
Yeti,
super cyborg. Yeah,
but he's unmasked now and he kind of looks more like Sloth. In a
he's totally a mongoloid. Total mongoloid. Fucking yeah. He was almost like a Jason without his mask off. Yeah, almost.
I'll say like a Jason. Yep.
Almost. He's like Jason meets the burnt Chucky. The way his face is round and the way his face is round and
Please tell me we're gonna get a fight between this melted face motherfucker and this Jason.
I think it should be a three-way dance between the main guy and.
Oh my God! You know what that big fucking android looks like? A grown-up garbage pail kid. He literally looks like a full in the face. It's all round and all that. Like,
that's why I said Chucky.
I guess
that's why, Chucky's got
the doll.
Doll face.
So I guess the evil doctor's still alive after being thrown from
and
like
he's
50
bleeding.
feet away.
Yeah, and he's bleeding all over the place. I literally thought that was an inhaler, like he was going to take a couple puffs of his Primatine Mist there. I thought we were literally going to see a pss, 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 like.
It was a far fall. I'll say that.
I know.
I would need an inhaler after being tossed.
Unsuspecting mustaches there hanging out, and he's got some people coming up behind him.
Ha!
This guy comes up to him. He's just like our bounty hunter.
All right, so we got a lot going on right now. The burnt.
A lot of terrible.
Wow.
Like they look like they literally got like they took some slime and poured them over their face. Remember like slime back in the day?
Yeah,
but it was green, except this is like beigey orange color,
like
slime,
skin
and they just
color
literally
slime.
poured it on their face. Yeah. I don't know.
So
it's just a terrible one of the worst fights you'll ever see.
We have the main male bounty hunter fighting the overgrown garbage pail Jason. You have like the red brunette hair fighting off like
other
the
bounty
melty
hunter, stripper, prostitute extraordinaire. Fighting.
Yeah. You have the weapons dealer standing in front of two of these like robotic melty faced bastards. And so you got three potential fight scenes going on at once. None of them are believable.
And Cher's just watching in no reaction whatsoever. She's not even, he like ripped her top open there.
Got a little bit of boob. Very tiny.
She's got like a mechanic's jumpsuit on.
Yeah.
Not quite a Michael Myers jumpsuit, but very similar. Oh, dude, these are the worst kicks ever. I am sorry.
No, I just said wait.
We need to rewind that. I need to rewind those kicks. They're so bad.
I'm at 108.23. Now,
hold on,
ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta get back to it. I went back too far.
I made it to 108.23.
I'm getting there. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
I'm having issues lining it up, so I had to play it. I was at 108.03, so
that's fine.
20, 21, 22, 23. There we go. Right after her top gets ripped open, right?
Yeah. So I said that we were setting up three different fights. The stripper bimbo bounty hunter versus the melty face. The Jason garbage pail kid versus the main bounty hunter guy, and then our weapons dealer against two of the cyborgs. This one cyborg puts his hand on his shoulder, doesn't immediately react. He's like, "Oh, there's a hand on my shoulder."
No, it's kind of like Old and Strong when he sneaks up behind the guy, and he's like, "What would you do if you get the jump on him?" Especially when you know he has a gun, you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna flick him in the ear." So this cyborg just come up and gets the jump on the guy, and he's just like, puts his hand on his shoulder and is like, "Hey, buddy, I'm right here. Let's fight. Come on." See a pattern here.
We're then followed by two kicks. The first kick, it may or may not have connected, but it was sold well.
Mm-hmm.
The second kick, this far from the guy's face.
And then the third kick, it looked like they were in the wrong positions, and the kick never really got off the ground. It like made it about like a foot and a half off the ground and hit the guy. It had like the worst form ever. I don't know if people in the wrong positions, if he tried to do too much, or if he was in the wrong position because he does not. His kick like overwrote, like I don't know what, but it was just like the worst looking mule kick it turned into. It didn't even hit anything. Kind of hit him in the side. And then he does another kick after that that's even worse. It's like they were just like he said, one cut, no matter what happened, no matter how terrible it looked, you get one. It's like they Ed Wooded this film in a way.
I feel like
this is like the Ed Wood of fighting films.
I feel like they had 7 days, and they did coke for 5 of them, and said, "Oh shit, we got to do that movie." And literally anything they put on film made it to this movie. I'm
actually not joking about this. I worked for a builder and LBI, and he would be gone most of the day, disappear, and he'd come back with his glasses on. It could be overcast. It could be horrible. I mean, we're building $1 million houses. I didn't last long at this framing company because it was a hard place to work for. And he'd come back all coked out of his mind and build like half the house by himself. He'd be gone for like hours at a time, man. Just disappeared, doing God knows what. Come back all coked out of his mind. Let's go, guys. Let's go. The fucking hammering, like going fucking crazy. Like built like half the house himself, dude. It was crazy.
Are you
man.
sure? Are you sure it wasn't meth?
Meth wasn't a thing yet. He was definitely coke. We knew for a fact it was coke.
Okay,
but
I was like, meth has been around for a while. It just wasn't popular.
I know, but it was. He's also rich, and he.
It was coke.
Has
rich.
He's
people,
rich.
Yeah.
No, he's rich because of his business, but he had he bought property in Costa Rica, and he would sail his sailboat from New Jersey to Costa Rica and stay there for a little while, and then come back. And his sailboat lit on fire and overturned one of the times on his way back. Mysteriously.
I mean, it happens, obviously. Obviously.
Yeah, we always had our suspicions about that guy. We think he was going to get boarded, and he was bringing coke back from Costa Rica at his vacation property and decided to sink his boat. But
when your business front is building $1 million homes, you're fucking around with a lot of coke, like massive.
Although the one
amounts.
cool thing about him, if it was too hot, like he had 2 jet skis, he'd pay us for the day and take us out jet skiing.
Oh, nice.
Because I mean, we're literally working on the beach. Like some of these houses were like on the dune, right before the dunes.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
literally, So, although we did some crazy, fucked up shit on that job too that were scary. But anyway, enough tangents.
Yeah.
Until we get back to this shithole of a movie.
10823.
Yep. And we're gonna see our kicks again.
Play.
We're gonna laugh and it'll be terrible.
Hit play in 1, 2, 3.
She actually had an okay kick there herself. Surprisingly, it was like
Not
it was bad, but
yeah.
There's one good kick. Missed.
Boom.
Barely react. There's a shit kick. No.
Yeah, but at least
even
with that, at least with the shit kick though, you didn't see his foot because it was behind the guy. But that second kick, dude, like.
No. If you go back and look, that third kick was supposed to be like a back spin up and go up to his head, but because someone was in the bad spot, it never made it up past his waist and stopped. It was a completely.
See, I thought he was just trying to kick him in the butt.
No. The kick went around. He was supposed to spin around, and he was supposed to be in front of the guy, and the kick was supposed to go up to him in the head. But people were in the wrong place. That's why it looks like such a bad kick to me. On top of it, his foot, his leg
the guy
was
ended up getting.
Yeah,
he got kicked in like the midsection.
Yeah. It was supposed to be like a spin kick, like a back kick up to the head,
like a hand plant kick where you put your hand on the ground and you swing your foot all the way up. Yeah. Good old.
Because it came off those other 2 kicks, and people are just not in the right spot. I mean, it's just a terrible. Double axe handles by this guy. I mean, no one fights like no one comes in and is like, unless you're Hacksaw Jim Duggan's WWE, WWF. Like it just
80s WWF people love the double axe handle.
Axe and smash demolition. They came in with the double axe handle all the time. Hawk used to love it from the Road Warriors.
Hawk was believable because those motherfuckers were dangerous in real life, and if they hit you, fucking
they didn't sell. They actually hit you. They actually beat you up.
Yeah, no selling from the Road Warriors.
Those dudes were actually tough, legit dudes.
Yes.
So our sympathetic cyborg mutant, if you even wanted to be sympathetic to him, just got shot lasered by our bad guy that was bleeding from our throw, and then now our other cyborg is starting to turn into a cone head.
Our Jason garbage pail kid, his hand was glowing orange.
That's not even that one. That's a different cyborg. That's one of the other ones. That's not our garbage pail cyborg.
That's him. That was the big one that was fighting the main bounty hunter.
Are you sure?
I'm positive because It did. He lost some of that slime that was on his face because it started out.
No, but his face was like rounded. I thought one of the other ones. Oh man, someone's got to get winged in the arm always. This guy, our doctor friend, just got winged in the arm.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
And then he's gonna die.
What? Oh.
No, let's get out of here. I'm not going to take a bad guy out when he's down. After he just shot people, just tried to kill that guy.
You know how bad a movie has to be when the good guys in the movie actually refer to the villains as bad guys.
And then he just goes, never mind, give me the gun. He turns around and shoots him, and there's obviously just a puddle of gasoline on the floor, and they light it on fire.
Hold on. Rewind. Hold on. I'm at 11148.
I'm at 11141.
When he shoots this evil doctor on the floor,
All right,
obviously
I'm at
it catches
4-8.
fire.
Yeah.
Obviously it catches fire.
Mm-hmm.
But watch where the fire starts. It looks like he just farted out a flame.
Well, they probably have the device. They probably have a device in that pile of whatever. Yeah.
Technically, I'm not talking about where they had it.
Mm-hmm.
But on film, it looked like he just Terrence and Phillip'd his way out of this fucking movie.
Hey, at least they didn't light it from, like, elsewhere. I mean, I guess it would have made more sense to light it where he shot at, but at least they didn't light it 30 feet down and you see it trailing up to the camera, because you know how bad they are with the camera work in here.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously never focused anything in their life because everything looks out of focus. All right, you ready to hit play?
Yep. Ready.
1,
2, 3, play.
3. Grabs the gun, shoots it, and then just a little fireball right out the ass.
Pew!
Boom! Ass!
Yep. But like I said, at least it didn't come from off screen up. At least it came from somewhat direction where he shot at, I guess. At least they were consistent.
They couldn't move that. They couldn't move that detonator like a foot up towards the head. Let's put it right at his ass. Just you know.
Well, he wanted the butt shot, I guess. You know, he shot him in the ass.
The fuck is this? This movie just turned into a Terrence Malick movie. A little girl
back
playing in the street.
Back to this old lady yelling at people to get back in the house. No, the other zombie's still alive, apparently.
That's cool.
A zombie. I just call him a zombie. The other cyborg.
Yeah, but that's a cool practical effect.
Yeah, I know it is. He's like in the wall.
Yeah, but now this is weird. Why is
murder child? Well, he wants to murder the child. He's still hopped up on his fucking murder drugs.
Now we get a shot of this complex with like the. What is this?
Like, we're making fun of this movie, but like, this movie would even be hard to like really riff tracks through. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even like a good movie for that. I mean, I guess you could do it if you watched it and like you could be, but I don't even see like being able to mess with the dialogue and fuck with it. You know?
You would have to cut out so much of the dialogue heavy scenes for this to flow well. Dude, there's not even any fucking end credits.
That's why I didn't miss any credits. Okay, that makes a little more sense.
There's legitimately no end credits.
It just legitimately ended. That's why I missed all that.
Dude,
this is like one of the worst endings ever. But can you see where when you see if someone edited a trailer together with some of these good effects, you could be like, this movie's gonna be full of like cheesy blood and gore, and it's gonna be fucking amazing, and you're just like, really?
Hold on, they're asking me what I thought of this movie. I liked it. I did not like it.
I didn't get that at all. So
tell us more. I didn't like the movie. You'll see less content like this. I don't like this genre. No, I like the genre. I just don't like this movie. No, I don't want to send that because I want more cheesy stuff. Skip. I don't want them to like blacklist me from all the fucking other. I believe you could make a trailer for this movie better than the original trailer and make people want to watch it. You yourself, like, I bet you can get. But the problem is, it would take every cool scene in this movie to be able to do that. And you will be duping people because they would have literally seen every cool part of the movie before even seeing the movie. Which is basically what happened to us.
I wonder if I could find the trailer that I watched originally.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mutant Hunt. And literally, like, there was no end credits. As soon as they walked out of this little warehouse thing, it fades to black and it says Full Moon Production at the bottom or whatever. And then the next movie was about to start. Like, in my entire life, of all the movies I've ever seen, have never seen a movie that didn't at least have end credits. The little shitty 8-minute horror movie that I made 12 years ago had end credits. I just, ugh.
All right, so if you go to the watch later, I think I'm gonna put this in the video, this trailer.
Okay.
Before
Yeah. Put it.
I'm gonna put this in the video when I edit it, and I'm gonna put it in the beginning. And I want people I want people to see the trailer before they watch the movie. If you go to our GrindHaus YouTube, go to the watch later.
Yeah. I'm here.
I saved it in there. You can watch it.
I guarantee, because we talk about this sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we will not get copyright flagged for having this trailer in our video. Nobody has tried to claim this movie for over 30 years. Nobody wants anything to do with this movie. We're doing this movie a favor by letting people know it exists.
I almost just want to put it up on the video right now and try to sync it with you, but it'll like.
No, I hit play.
Yeah, it'll totally fuck up everything.
It starts off showing the androids. They're all in their uniform. One picks one up. One's head pops up. You see his mutated
It's basically all the
hand
good parts in the movie, like
thrown out the window.
or
it's a highlight
like,
reel.
It's a highlight reel basically, and it's got a good voiceover, like talking about it. And you're like, oh, this could be cheesy. This could be awesome. Like, it's got one of those like
the beginning.
It's got one of those great voiceover tracks of like just an announcer guy.
Dude, they literally like. There's not many parts of this trailer where normal people are talking. The first person who gets a spoken word of dialogue is the Billy Idol chick. The chick who was in the movie
why
for 1 minute.
Why do you want to get cyborgs high? That's what she says.
She was in the movie 1 minute, and she has the opening line of actors' dialogue in this trailer.
It's a minute 33 of it looks like nonstop action and cool practical effects. That's what the trailer is. There's actually the one scene where they walk up to that guy and grab his shoulder, but they cut it. They don't make it. You don't see how bad the actual scene is. You know what I mean?
They just showed the boss villain on the ground on fire. You literally just showed the last fucking main scene of your movie in your trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. It's a job for professionals, as he picks up the phone.
Yeah.
Professional fucking idiots. Come on.
Oh, God.
Dude, I just said that you could make the trailer with all the best parts in this movie.
Yeah, they just did it.
They literally did that.
Like I said, I watched that like a little while ago, because we put this on the list like a while ago. Put this on at least a month ago. And I haven't thought about the movie since then. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. Like I saw it on Amazon, saw the thing, and I watched the trailer on YouTube. And I'm like, this is going to be great. We need to watch this. Yeah. Not good at all.
Before we do our basic ratings and stuff, can you think of any other movie that you could compare this to?
How bad it was, how upset I got by watching it. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
No, hold on. In two aspects.
Okay.
Compare it as a movie story-wise, like what genre-wise, what would you compare it, blah, blah. And then as an actual movie that you had this high hope for and were so, you know what I mean? Both.
All right, so as like a story-wise, it's just your typical sci-fi cyborg action it's supposed to be. That's how I would explain it. It's supposed to be like an action-y cyborg sci-fi movie.
I would say it's kind of like a less interesting, not as good Blade Runner.
It's very similar. Yeah, and it's got a little bit of your typical evil bad guy trying to take over the fucking world kind of.
Yeah. Yep.
Blade Runner didn't really have that, but yeah, I mean but it had some similar elements with cyborgs and.
It's like the only thing that I can think of in my mind that's kind of like.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But then
movies that disappointed me that were I don't know. I think this was the movie. Like, if I run into another movie that's like that, I would refer it as this. Refer to this movie. This is the movie.
New comparison.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Even when Surf Nazis Must Die didn't hold up to like my memory, we still recommended it to people, and we still had fun watching it. There were still parts that made you laugh, and it wasn't like that. Just shows you like that was a bad movie. That was a bad movie. We had fun with it, but this movie makes that look like a fucking
Shawshank Redemption
award. Yeah, like an award-winning super movie. Movie of the year. That's what this movie makes Surf Nazis Must Die seem like.
I'm trying to think specifically of like trailers I remember seeing in movie theaters when I went to see something. I'd be like, oh my God, I have to see that when it comes out. And then it was garbage. And I'm racking my brain.
You know what? Something sort of close. Not 100%, but pretty close, because I still enjoy the movie as bad as we rate it. Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, that's up there. That
because when you watch,
remember that trailer?
I don't 100% remember the trailer, but I remember my reaction of watching that trailer and being like, I want this to be good. This is going to be cool. I don't think they showed a lot of parts with him not being himself. They showed the beginning with him chasing the girl. They showed him getting blown up. They showed him at the end when he was reborn. They showed him maybe getting stabbed. I don't remember them showing him. Maybe they showed him as a doctor in the beginning.
I just put it on the save to watch later list.
Yeah, I'm refreshing it right now. Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah.
Yeah, it starts off with like the metallic mask and the red eye, and then the flame shoots around it.
Yeah, because that's the box cover.
Yep.
This is typical. This is typical New Line. Like, this is a typical New Line cinema trailer.
Yes.
Like, as soon as you look at it, you're like, this is a New Line cinema trailer.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about it.
And here's what's crazy. If you guys are familiar with Jason Goes to Hell, you know he's in that movie altogether maybe 10, 15 minutes as
Not
Jason.
even. He's like the shark. He's in there for 4 minutes.
Yeah, very little.
It's got to be like 4 or 5 minutes, seriously. Actually, you should write this down. We should time how long Jason's actually in this movie.
I'm making a note of it now.
When we do our review for this movie.
Eventually.
Yeah,
hold on. I'm making a note of it now. But in this trailer, 80% of this trailer shows Jason as Jason.
And they show the big shiny chrome mask. So you think at one point he's going to get this shiny chrome, and the mask isn't even in like the movie. Technically, the shiny chrome mask he got it as Uber Jason, sort of, even though it's not shiny chrome, but he did get an upgrade.
He did, but
and Jason looks his face looks like shit. Even though at the time I liked it, and my buddy had a Jason Goes to Hell like vinyl mask where it had his hair and his face all attached to it, like a full pullover, and we thought it was like the coolest thing at the time. But now looking at it, it's obviously the worst looking Jason besides Baghead. But
if the body isn't terrible.
No, it's just the mask, just the way they did it. Yeah.
Yeah, the head and the mask, it's not that good.
Yeah, they give him weird hair, like.
Actually, you know what? I know we're going to do it, but I just want to see something.
I have a feeling that Death Spa trailer I like. That movie has a tendency to be like this too, because that trailer looks fucking great.
You know what? I actually think that is going to be kind of like what we experienced tonight.
Yeah.
Because I just looking at the trailer, I feel like they showed a lot of the good stuff,
We'll see.
So I was just trying to Google to see how much time he was in that movie, and it looks like no one's ever actually timed it, but an article did pop up of the Friday the 13th game, and it says, "Is Jason Part 9 or Part 9 Jason 2 weak?" Now, you've played this game a lot.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Part 9 Jason, what they're talking about?
No, but they also changed a lot of the Jasons around.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. When you're playing the game, each Jason's has their own plus and minuses. When it comes to, like, some can run, just like in the movie. It's kind of like the zombie Jasons can't run, so they can't run in the game. But some of the zombie Jasons were better at moving in the water compared to, like, the real Jasons.
Yeah,
It
that
was
makes
almost
sense.
like they had water. They were better in the water, but slower on the land.
And it adds a lot of replayability for having so many different Jasons.
They were a little more powerful when it came to, like, breaking down doors. The zombie type Jasons compared to the regular Jasons, but the regular Jasons had more traps. They had bear traps, where some of the other ones had bear traps, but they'd only have, like, say 3 of them. Compared to the other ones would carry more. I think Part 6 had more throwing knives, which in Part 6 he does have a throwing knife pouch on his leg. That would make more sense.
Okay.
Part 9 Part 9 had the double-sided axe. It was really cool, his executions, but it took a really long time, so that made him weak, because it turned out, as cool as they are to watch, if you're spending an extra 10 or 15 that 10 or 15 seconds could make the difference between another counselor nearby getting completely away where you can't find them, compared to if you do, like, a 2 or 3 second kill. You're off and running already, technically, even if you can't run, going after.
Let me read this to you.
The game is kind of a pain in the ass to play in a way without. So,
someone wrote, "Does anyone else get the feeling that Jason from Part 9 is a little unbalanced? I don't think the slightly faster shift and stock regeneration make up for the fact that he has less HP and less traps. The stun resistance seems non-existent too. He seems to just take as many hits as Jason without it. Every time I play him, I do the worst. I don't seem to have this problem with any other Jason." Now, one person came in and said, "He probably just doesn't fit your play style. I know a lot of people who like Part 6 Jason, and I personally can't stand him."
Part 6 they made him, like, the easiest Jason to play as in the game, besides Part 3. They're kind of like your basic starter Jasons.
So, like, if I started playing right now, I'd go with 3 or 6.
Part 3 can run. He has more traps, and he has an axe, which does pretty good damage. Like, he's probably one of the more well-rounded Jasons. And then there's the Part 6 ones has a little more reach because he has the fence post as a weapon.
Oh, okay.
So he uses it as a spear too, along with whacking. So he has a little more reach, and he has the throwing knives. He starts with, like, something like 7 or 8 throwing knives right off the bat, because obviously you can collect more. But I think he has water speed, and his breaking down doors is kind of weak. It takes, like, 4 hits to break a locked door, 4 or 5 hits. But like I said, he has more reach, and he has a really fast shift and sense. He can't teleport around the map as fast as the other ones do, but he can. He can do his little, in Evil Dead, when the camera sees the fucking thing.
Yeah.
You have that kind of when you see me play. That's the shift. The shift walk, I guess they call it. I forget what they call it. So he has that in his sense, where he looks around, he can see any counselors within X amount of feet highlighted red, or if they're in a house, if they're making too much noise. Right.
And I could see how you would say they'd be good for beginners, because they have tools that allow them to close the gap between counselors. So if they see them, they can, you know what I mean?
I think Part 9 Jason, he might have been unbalanced, but I thought he was more of a advanced level playstyle Jason.
So maybe people just had trouble playing with him, and that's why they thought he was weak.
I mean, he might have been messed up. There were a couple builds where they make them that were kind of messed up, and some of the things weren't right. Like the Savini Jason, people would literally leave if you came in with him, because people thought he was overpowered for a while, and when he grabs people, they call it grip strength. Some Jasons have high grip strength, some have low, and that is the amount of time it takes for them to break out of your hold. If you're trying to walk around and look for a spot to do like an environmental kill, or if you just need open area to do whatever kill you planned, your regular kills. Yeah, they can like break out.
So how long was the Savini Jason like that before they changed it?
I don't think they ever did. I'm not sure. Like I said, there was a good amount of time that I didn't play. I think people
yeah, that's right.
A lot of the whining and bitchy people just kind of left, and if you come in there and you're a lower level, people just think you cheated and got them somehow, and they just think you're an asshole regardless. There you go, because no one can have a Savini Jason and not play the game like every day, according to normal people.
That would be an interesting video, is playing as all the Jasons and explaining what they do better and what they aren't good at. I know it'd probably take a while to be able to play all of them.
It's sort of been already done a bunch of times.
Yeah, I just have to check YouTube, because I think it's interesting.
There's a lot of videos on that game. It was pretty popular when it came to streaming and YouTube.
Oh, yeah. So. But they incorporate movie elements with the character. I like that, you know what I mean? Like, after Jason 6, he's a zombie, so he has more of these powers and less of the, you know what I mean?
Like, to a certain extent, cool. Yeah. He wasn't as powerful as some of the other ones, but he had more reach. He said he had more knives, because he did have the pockets on him, technically, too. He just kind of matched. Yeah, I mean...
Ladies and gentlemen, it is more entertaining us talking about a Friday the 13th game than it is this actual fucking movie.
I actually had a hard time using Part 8 Jason for a while, and then I guess they adjusted things and he wasn't so bad, or maybe I just got better with them, or just better at the game. Or it could just be the people you're going against, too, because sometimes you just get in those rooms where people have been playing the game every day still since it came out, because there's some people still play it on a regular basis. You know, the game's been out for like 3 years the now, almost 4 years. You still get a couple thousand people on regular playing that game. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
I would like to check it out on YouTube, just see the videos of people comparing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, if you had an Xbox, you would have had it for free, but you don't.
Oh, it's on X. Well, I have it on PS4, I think, or I might have got rid of it and got it again. My games are put away.
Well, they gave it away at one point in time because the Game Pass.
Yeah, I tried Sony's version of that for a while, but
you need it on Xbox in order to play online, regardless. So you need to
to be able to do. They have cross-platform or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than Sony's cross-platform with computer, apparently. Goddamn Ilphonic and
so much.
Ilphonic and the Predator game. Could be playing that game with 4 people right now. Chewy bought the game. We can't play it together. I know you were going to buy the game, but you didn't because I told you not to, because they didn't get the cross-platform yet.
Yeah. Because you said at that point everyone was still complaining about the cross-platform part. And Mike got it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they fix the cross-platform, Dick Proper. Yep.
Dick Proper.
All right.
RoboCop.
So let's wrap this up. I know it's a stupid question. What would you change about this movie?
Needs Nicolas Cage.
But do you really, like, in your heart of hearts, do you think that is the only thing that would make?
No. No, that's not the only thing. What would I change? Fucking everything. I don't think you can fix it. I don't think you can fix this movie.
That's why I said it's a stupid question.
I would scrap it and start from fucking scratch. But what would first help a little bit is recast the main guy as Nicolas Cage, and then I would cast the old main guy as no, actually, you know what? Maybe I'd cast the old main guy as Z, the evil bad guy, because we don't need a good actor, but someone to look a little more menacing, even though he's using his cyborgs. You know what I mean? Like just like a little less. I don't know. I believe him more as a bad guy than our bad guy in this movie as it is. Yeah. Get rid of that chick. Hire Any woman that's remotely good throwing a roundhouse kick, I don't care if she can act, but she's got to be better than this
Oh
fucking. Got to
God,
be better
yeah.
than this girl. She, all looks and no acting skill or choreographed fighting skills whatsoever.
You know, the honest,
Fuck, it was
like,
bad.
and I haven't seen much of the guy's other work, if anything, and I don't want to put a lot of the blame on him, but
You can, because he
between
wrote and directed it.
right, but between the director and the cinematographer, I would get rid of both of them and see if a proper director and proper cinematographer who knows about camera
Yeah, but you
angles
can't
and
fix the
lenses,
script though. With that,
and that's the other issue. It's
you
like,
got the best director and cinematographer, and you're not going to fix this movie the way the script is written.
if it doesn't matter how many
Yeah.
filters you put on a camera to film a piece of shit, it's still a piece of
Yes.
shit.
It'll be a
And I'm
shiny
just thinking
piece
to
of shit, but
myself,
it's still a piece of shit.
right, there's nothing else that changes. So then I try to think, okay, well, is it the actors or is it the story? And I realistically think the story, the idea, isn't bad, but I don't think it's an hour and a half movie. I think it's a half-hour thing.
I think you can cut this movie down to like 45 minutes and be more entertaining.
Yeah, 45-minute cut,
It'd be
and
like-
it would air on TV
it'd be like an
for
hour,
an hour
yeah.
with commercial.
Yeah. Actually, as a fucking challenge, if I get unlazy one day, I might actually try to do that.
Yeah, dude, do a 42 or 4. Wait, hold on. A half-hour TV show's 21 minutes, so a 42-minute cut of this episode for an hour-long TV spot, and I bet you the pacing would be better, the dialogue wouldn't be as fucking.
I think it would be like Invasion USA though. You'd be like, what the fuck is going on, and you have to still figure out what is. You'd have to fill in your own blanks, but it would still be a better movie though. Like as
You would
much
have
as much as
fun.
as much as we hated Invasion USA when it came to trying to figure out what was going on and all the ad libs, it was still a fun, great movie because the action was really good. But the problem is
and
the
that's the
action's
thing.
still bad in this, even if we do cut it down. I don't know.
The effects are worth saving, the only ones that are in there. So it's like, yeah, I don't know if you can do a 42-minute, maybe a 22-minute fucking short for a half-hour TV spot. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, the fights aren't good.
No.
The choreography's not good. The acting's not good.
No, definitely
The
not.
only saving grace of this movie is
I told
the
you it's the music.
soundtrack was
Yeah.
decent, and most of the practical effects weren't terrible. There was
And
a
you know what
few
it is? You
shoddy
know what it
ones.
is too? Is like I don't even know if the soundtrack was that good. It's just that everything else was so terrible that
That it
like
stood
it
out as
stood
something
out
else
as
better.
being like just mediocre, and then that mediocre maybe was way better. I'm not sure. That mediocre then turned into great
Yeah.
because everything else was so bad. It could have just been an average soundtrack.
It wasn't
mean?
as good as it wasn't as good as like Maniac's soundtrack, and Maniac's soundtrack stands out, and it's a good movie.
Yeah. So therefore, it's an even better soundtrack than
Right.
this piece of
So
turd
now-
because it's good in a good movie.
I'm thinking, like
Yeah.
you said, I think it's probably an average soundtrack, but since it's competent, it comes off as much better because this movie is not competent at all.
You know what it is too? It also was better in the beginning because the flow of the movie was a little different, and you're kind of laughing. You're like, all right, well, where's this gonna go? Whatnot. But then the soundtrack kind of blends into the mediocrity, shittiness of the rest of the movie, and I forgot about the soundtrack towards the end of the movie.
Yeah,
It just blended in, and I didn't notice it, and it didn't even like become a factor
But I
in the
think
movie
that's-
where I noticed it more in the
but I
beginning.
think that's where your anger kicks in a little more because you're like, what the fuck's happening? When is it gonna get good again? And then you're like, I don't think it's gonna get good again. I'm not gonna watch this anymore. And
Yeah, but
basically
even
that's
now
what
when
you did
watching
because
it,
you
and
started-
I was watching it, I forgot about the soundtrack, and now
Yeah.
I'm remembering. I'm like, you know what? I do not remember the soundtrack, and I remember praising it early in the beginning of the movie, and I wonder if that's kind of what
But
happened.
maybe in the beginning of the movie, the action was good. The experiences were good. The soundtrack was good, and it just got worse.
Don't ever say
time.
the action was good in this movie, because it never good, but it was entertaining.
Yeah, there's no point. Yeah,
the action was semi-entertaining, whether it was bad or it was just entertaining, and then just got old because it was that bad.
Maybe we were entertained by the first 15 or 20 minutes of this movie, but then its one trick pony died off, and it wasn't entertaining for the rest. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, we can't tell you about box office growth or anything like that, because there's
it went straight to video. Yeah, I think it went straight to video, because Full Moon, well, even though it wasn't Full Moon yet, all their movies basically went straight to video for the most part. I know I Spit in Your Grave went to the GrindHaus and stuff, but we don't know when they released that film, when they decided to put on, because VHS was way later. VHS wasn't around in 72, I don't think. I think the earliest was
No. Betamax was probably the first release of that movie. And even then it might have been 77, 78.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's at minimum 75. The movie came out in 74. It's still a year before.
Yeah.
So it was in the GrindHaus first. I'm saying at earliest, Betamax probably was 77, 78.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because there was the big porno boom of the mid to late 70s, and that's actually how Betamax got its start, is because Betamax was huge with porn. I wouldn't mind collecting Betamax, but the problem is
the boxes suck.
Yeah, they're just tiny VHSs is what they look like. A Betamax is literally like a 3/4 size VHS. So you're not getting this big box with awesome box art. You're not getting anything special.
May 10th, 1975, Betamax.
70. Okay, so I say mid to late 70s.
So let's be honest. It really didn't get a release till more like 76 or 77 is when people started.
I would say 77,
if they even started making movies for it. So a movie that came out in 74, especially I Spit in Your Grave, wasn't going to get a release anytime soon.
Yeah, like you said, I would say 3 or 4 years, probably 78, maybe 79 as a release to home. And as well as
VHS was August 23rd, 1977. So there was a 2-year difference. Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's actually funny that Betamax and VHS came out around the same time, and VHS just always... See, the thing is, all right, with the Blu-ray and HD DVD, when they came out, HD DVD only stuck around for maybe a year or so, and then it was done. Betamax stayed popular because of porn. So although they came out within a year or two of each other, I think Betamaxes were still being made until 88, 89, around then.
I would I mean, I'm not going to look it up, but I would guess it had about a 10-year run.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
It's just a guess, but give or take a couple years, maybe it was 7, But I would definitely say it was more than 5. I know that.
I will say this is funny. In November 10th, 2015, Sony announced it would no longer be producing Betamax video cassette tapes. So Sony actually made Betamax tapes for 41 years.
Yeah, because they probably made them for, artsy...
They made blank tapes.
Yeah, artsy douchebags and their blank tapes to record movies on.
Your Wes Andersons and fucking Gus Van Sants or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a major director filming his film on 16 millimeter, just you know what I mean? They get that home theater ness to it instead of just throwing a couple filters on it. I guess instead of getting the superior quality film or digital.
It's funny because Do you remember the beginning of The Hateful Eight, Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah.
There's these big, wide open shots of like Montana or Wyoming, super widescreen. That was shot on special film. I forget what it was, but it was a very specific film that was used in old westerns to capture like landscapes and stuff. And he said, he's like, yeah, I used it for 2 minutes of video for the entire movie. But he's like, I wanted to do it, so I did it. All right, whatever.
I give Quentin a pass, though, because it's Quentin, though.
Well, he used it properly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he used it the way it should have been, not some fucking amateur bullshit.
You know, there's
he knows what he's doing.
There's an unedited version of that movie that's like something like 5 hours long.
It's
on Netflix. It's in like 4 parts.
So
you can look it up. It's unedited. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's like 5 hours long. They list it as 4 parts.
I wonder what was added.
Well, I mean, it's like an hour and a half longer than the original version, something like that. Something ridiculous. I tried to watch it and then kept falling asleep because sometimes I watch stuff like at the most ridiculous hours. But I don't know the movie in and out because it's already a long movie as it is. To 100% remember.
2 hours and 47 minutes is the theatrical cut, so almost a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
They, like you said, they released the extended version as a 1 season, and it's
it's 4 parts.
50 minute, 51 minute, 53 minute, 56 minute. So it just comes in.
Is it 5 parts?
4 hours.
Did you just say is it 5 parts?
4 parts.
Oh.
Each one's right under an hour. So it's like just about 4 hours.
Yeah,
long.
It was about. I knew it was like about an hour and a half roughly. It's just shy, like added on.
Yeah, I don't know.
But here's my thing. If there's like 3 minutes longer on every scene, you might not notice to a certain extent because the way his movies are.
Yeah.
And then you don't
dialogue.
Yeah, it could be literally silence of them walking around too. The way he
building up tensions
and scenes, and they cut stuff for pacing. It could be establishing shots of like the mountains around before they move in.
Yeah, like your random B-roll stuff,
and it all adds up. But you don't notice it 100% unless you're seriously looking.
Unless you've watched the original enough times to know, like,
yeah, because like I said, what's the difference between 3 hours and 4.5? To a certain extent, like honestly, when you're sitting there that long, even though it's an hour and a half longer, is your mind really gonna contemplate that it's another
extra hour to hour and a half? Yeah.
We'll say it's like probably 70 minutes. It's not a full hour and a half, but still, is your mind gonna say 70, 75 minutes really gonna contemplate an extra hour at that point in time? It's all gonna feel like it melds together,
I think your mind would pick up if a movie was like doubled in length. Like if a movie is normally 90 minutes and you go to watch it one time and it's 3 hours, I think you would be like, okay, something's up. Mm-hmm. But like an extra 70 minutes on a movie that's already long, I don't think you'd actually notice. Yeah. All right, so
yeah, we're pretty much agreement on that.
Yeah, before we wrap this up, what realistically are you grading this movie at? Not the experience of hanging out. What
honestly, I don't think hanging out watching it made it any better. I actually liked the movie less the second time, even though we were watching it together.
Because you already knew what was in store.
Yeah, and it wasn't as funny as I thought it would be. I mean, it was funny watching your reaction to the movie scenes and going over a couple things.
Yeah, it wasn't funny for me though. Yeah. I was thoroughly pissed off.
Wow, man.
I would give it a 2. And
I really kind of want to give it a 1.
I want to
say,
but
the practical effects kind of jump it up to a 2 for me.
I'll never give anything a 0 because a 0 would be if you said, hey, I got a movie to show you, and then it's a blank screen and it's just audio. It's like, this isn't even a movie. Like, that's the only thing I would give a 0 to, I think. And then 1 would have to be like a shot on Shittio with a big box VHS camera, and like, that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I would
don't
put
know.
this at 2.
Yeah, I guess, like I said, I guess I'd go to 2. Like I said, I want to give it a 1, but because it was that bad. But some of the practical effects are pretty good. I like them, even though they're a little cheesy. You know, they're not perfect.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen better, but you know, they're still pretty good. Some of them. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna hold on to 2. I guess. Yeah, I can't go any higher. Just can't.
And I hate to tell you guys this, but even as like a fun factor movie, it's not any better. It's a 2.
I honestly don't.
2.5 tops.
I don't think even drinking or getting high before this movie helps it either.
No.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think that would help.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let us know if you want us to continue at some point. Obviously, we're not always going to be watching stinkers. As a matter of fact, we talked about this at one point, but our next episode is episode 20, and we had to, you know, it ends in a 0. 20th episode. We've been doing this, you know, 20. It's a big one.
We didn't even know if we'd make 20 episodes. You know what I mean? It's like one of those, like,
yeah.
We didn't even know. Now we're pushing on 20 and going strong and only getting better. So,
dude, when we were at our 3rd episode, we were talking about quarantine, and the coronavirus was just kicking off, and like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just, we didn't think, oh well, 17 episodes from now. You know what I mean? So to commemorate our 20th episode, we're doing Dusk Till Dawn, which
I honestly don't know if there's anyone that does not like that movie, or at least think it's like a good or okay movie. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's anyone that give that movie less than like a 6. You know what I mean? Like,
and if you haven't seen the movie, I really want you guys to actually watch this movie before you listen to our next review. Usually I'll say, hey, if you can't watch it, tune in next week. We'll break it down, this and that, and that's all fine. But this one, if you haven't seen it, I want you to watch it on your own. And then you can watch it with us when we release our episode, and it'll be just as fun. Trust me, you want to see this movie.
Like, our next 6 are all, to a certain extent, are all bangers, man. They're all good. They're all great movies, to a certain extent. One of them is not a great movie, but it's a great experience.
You watch your tongue. You watch your fucking tongue.
Hey, man, I bought it. I bought the goddamn thing. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear it.
The next, the next 5 and 6 movies actually all could have been episodes that ended in a 5 or a 0. Like, they except
for 21. I'm not a huge fan of 21. I enjoy things about 21. I enjoy things about 21, but I know you really like that one.
And I was gonna say 24 only because I haven't seen it yet. I wouldn't necessarily put it in that area, but realistically, all of these movies. I'm not
trying to build that movie up or whatnot, but I really don't think you can not like that movie. I'm not saying you're gonna think it's the greatest movie since sliced bread, but I don't think you can not like this movie.
No, dude. I mean, look. Let's just do a little recap before I actually say what I'm gonna say. Just keep up, guys. Episode 2, we did Maniac and Henry. 3 is Quarantine. 4, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, as well as other, clowns. 5, Hills Have Eyes,
Terrifier.
We did a
little bit of other.
Yeah. 6, Surf Nazis. 7, Ice Cream Man. 8, Man's Best Friend. 9, Cannibal Women of the Avocado Jungle of Death. 10, let's not talk about. 11, 10 was Meet the Feebles. 11, Frankenhooker. 12,
Surprise liked
Bones.
by you?
Yep.
Frankenhooker was a surprise like by you never saw.
I said, no, if you go back, I said it was all right. I enjoyed it. My real surprise, like one that I can actually go back and watch again, was 13.
No, but I'm just saying, like, you never saw it and you surprisingly liked it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were just this wasn't like a stinker. You're like, I actually kind of like this. Yeah, it was not, you don't think it's decent. Like, you didn't like it as much as I do. I think it's like just a hilarious classic. But you were like, it was decent.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But no, like, episode 13, Master of the Flying Guillotine, of all these movies that I've never seen before, like I never saw Surf Nazis Must Die, Cannibal Women, Frankenhooker, eventually 14 Nemesis I didn't see, which I actually like. I never saw the original Crazies, Invasion USA, Only the Strong. Of all those movies, Master of the Flying Guillotine is like one of my favorite. I wouldn't say like, yeah, I mean, even all time like top 15 movies. Like,
wow, it's pretty strong.
It is, but it's replacing like Enter the Dragon. You know,
me personally, I don't know what's my favorite anymore between Enter the Dragon, Master Fly Guillotine, or Shogun Assassin series in general.
Well, see, I've seen Enter the Dragon so many times, and I'm not saying it's bad, but if you ask me right now, which would I rather watch? I'm going back to Flying Guillotine. Maybe because I haven't seen it enough times. Yeah. But
honestly, you know what? I'd probably go back to Master Flying Guillotine. But Enter the Dragon, not that we're getting sidetracked again, but it's just shot really well. It really is.
It is.
For what it was. You know, there's other things more than just entertainment value to it. It actually... You start turning into a cinema snob and talking about the cinematography,
no, it is.
The soundtrack,
look,
you know, the other actors in the movie. Yeah, it's a good.
On
it's
a
really
technical standpoint, Enter the Dragon is better on all fronts. It sounds better. It's shot better. Has better lighting. Better, yeah.
I mean, we had about like 4 minutes of extras added to Master of Flying Guillotine that never got dubbed because it's the extended version, and I never they never dubbed the extra dialogue.
Yeah.
And it's in Mandarin. There's no subtitles for it. Nothing. It's fucking great.
And I would watch that version over and over again.
It just adds to the hilariousness of that movie. You know what I mean? Like,
but I'm not even like, yeah, there's some funny things about that movie, but I'm genuinely talking about, like, dude, at the end when they like set the metal floor is like super hot and they're fighting in there, like, that would have been the ending of another kung fu movie, and that wasn't even the final
and they
fight.
Keep going. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I recommend that to anyone who wants to hear about it. Fucking go check out Master Flying Guillotine for sure. And I can't wait, you know, for all the other movies that we're gonna come across that I'm first time viewing and I'm gonna watch. But that being said, our next 6 are all very strong.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just because I don't like number 21 that much, I do like a lot of things about the movie. Just not for me. But all movies aren't for everyone, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But people love that movie. I know they do. You know what I mean? So,
well,
and just like 20, was it 24?
Yeah,
It's I really do like that movie. You might not like it a lot, but I don't think you're going to hate it. But it's another one of those movies. It's like, you know, role reversal. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
You might like aspects of it, whatnot, but I really like. You know, it's just one of those things.
Eventually, when we talk about the granddaddy, you know, of 21, when we talk about the original 21, have you seen that?
Why, is that a remake?
No. I'm saying like the granddaddy, as in like the one that everyone knows from that genre.
Yeah. No, I've seen it.
Okay. Are you okay to break that down?
What, the original?
Yeah. Because a lot of people are disturbed about that, dude.
I don't find that disturbing at all. That movie, though.
Okay.
I'm like, that's all right. Like,
a lot of people find some of the. I mean, I can't say too much about it on air without giving away the movie.
Yeah.
But it is one case where the director of that movie actually had to stand trial and prove that his actors were not dead.
You just gave it away by
because,
that. Yeah.
Well, people can go do research. That's fine. But I'm not going to openly say it. And a lot of people are shocked about some of that stuff. I'm not, whatever. I've seen it plenty of times. No big deal. Do you have a copy?
I could have swore I did. I thought I did. Maybe I had it on VHS and I gave it to one of my friends. I could have swore I had a copy of it.
Oh, I cannot believe.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like one of those, like, I really care about that movie.
No, I know, but, like, just the hardness of
Yeah.
trying to find that movie on VHS.
Well, I had a copy of I Spit in Your Grave with a clamshell box, like a special edition.
Again,
clamshell
yeah.
VHS, and I still have it, I think. It's in a box somewhere packed up. But the tape got melted inside. Like, literally the VHS fucking melted. But it didn't ruin the box. Because apparently a couple of my movies got melted. Apparently a baseboard heater was too hot and melted a couple of my VHSs, but it didn't ruin the clamshells. It only baked the VHS on the inside. But then my stepfather, I guess, went to watch it one day, I guess. Like, he went and grabbed one and realized I didn't even know. Because I didn't crack. You know, I don't watch. It's not like something I watch on a regular basis, you know. Right. If anyone watches I Spit on Your Grave on a regular basis, you got problems. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not one of those, you know.
That is true.
Because he was like, oh, I haven't seen this, whatever. And I went to go watch it, and I noticed it was all fucked up. But he unassembled the case, and then he had a fucked up, empty case. I think it's in a Terminator 2 case now. Like, the shell.
Oh.
It says Terminator 2, but it's I Spit in Your Grave on the inside. But then it has the clamshell still in one piece. You know what I mean? The clamshell still says I Spit in Your Grave. So it's kind of funny. Like, he pulled it apart and put the movie in there so you can actually watch it now. It's kind of funny.
No shit.
I think that's what it's in, or maybe it's. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Nice. Yeah, it's like his VCR ate the movie, but he still had the movie. I guess he thought in his head, like, oh, I'm just, maybe if something happens, I can put one of my movies. You know what I mean? As like a repair.
Yeah.
You know, like, and he had a thing, and he did that. Yeah, it's funny.
That is funny.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think where that is. I still have a couple of boxes at my old house that my buddy still lives in, so it might be in one of them. It's where all my horror figures are.
So you might, besides the horror figures, you actually may have a pretty sweet video collection waiting on you at your friend's house.
No, it's like 3 or 4 things. Nothing crazy. Yeah, like I said, I think I have my Evil Dead. I think I have my Evil Dead. Maybe like I have one of them. I don't have both of them anymore. I think I might have Evil Dead 2 in a clamshell. I might have that still. Wow, I have a green jelly videos, like the band.
Never heard that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the band, Green Jelly.
What was it, like music videos?
Yeah. They did a music video, like they did a music video for every song on the original album that got released.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's a serial killer VHS. So that's the name of the first real album. They have an EP before that, or a couple or 2 EPs.
Yeah, you're talking about their major.
The serial killer release with 3 little pigs on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a video. They have videos for all the songs. The only problem is it doesn't have the video for serial killer because they got sued because of all the serial characters they have that represent too close to the actual real. When they did the video,
that makes sense.
Jack comes in because he knows what time it is.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah. I had the 3 original Pantera VHSs, the Vulgar videos, the Cowboys from Hell, and then Vulgar Videos, Cavern of Hell, and then something I forget. It's for the Great Southern Trendkill CD, I think.
Were any of them live?
I think they have some live stuff in them.
Okay.
They're very similar to the Cliff Mall Metallica 1998 VHS edition, where it's like, you know, Cliff Burton's Metallica years. I had that.
Yeah.
I had that on.
Yeah,
I had that
yeah.
on VHS also.
No shit.
I'm trying to think what else I might have saved. I have a Guar Phallus in Wonderland clamshell. Well, it's not a clamshell, but it's the big box. It's a box, but it's a plastic box that folds over. It's an original VHS, like ordered through the mail from Guar.
Yeah.
Actually, I have like that? 3 or 4. 92 maybe, 93.
God damn. Yeah, one of the original. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I had that floating around somewhere. Yeah.
You know, it sucks because, like, I do have some VHS tapes floating around. I don't have a working VCR. The VCR,
you know, I have 2 Orgasmos, and there's not much different. I have an unrated and a rated R version, I think, floating around.
But
it's like 40 seconds difference, but I don't notice the difference.
Yeah.
But it literally has it on the
VCR...
on the thing.
It says
R,
extended
and one says unrated.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't even say that. One just says R, one says unrated.
Not rated or
and like little tiny, like, you know, where you need basically a magnifying glass to see it, like on the back of the box. That's the only differences that I noticed on it.
Yeah, the last VCR that I had that worked was actually, I had one of those CRT TVs with the VCR DVD player, and I gave it to Gore. She has it, and that's what I was watching all my old VHS stuff on. But then ever since giving her that, I just put up my, you know, boxes of VHS stuff. I had Zombie at some point. I had the movie that we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all like soft sleeve. I never had many clamshell, you know.
Well, the Pantera stuff and the green jelly, whatever you want to call it, they were all soft sleeve. The Metallica was all soft sleeve. But yeah, the other ones that I specifically mentioned were hard cases.
Clamshell. Well, do you remember the big box VHS tapes too? There'd be a VHS tape that would come in a box like that's twice the size, and you'd pull it out, and it would be like styrofoam holding the VHS.
Well, that's what the
Betamax
had. They had styrofoam.
Yeah, Betamax used it, but they also had VHS
because they were the same size boxes as VHS, but the tapes were smaller, so they packed them with styrofoam. I do know what you're talking about because they had some CDs were like that also. Remember some CDs had that long case? I never owned any, but I've seen them. Yeah.
I owned one CD that was long like that, and I think it was ICP, Forgotten Freshness.
I'm sorry.
Volume 1 and 2. I know, me too. It was a phase. Whoop whoop, I know.
Lies.
Lies.
It's going strong in your blood. It's going strong in your blood.
This was episode 19, and I do want to apologize for even explaining a shitty movie to you guys. But hey, we just saved you guys the hassle of actually watching the movie. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, YouTube, anywhere you can hear podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pod Rocket, all of them. We're there for right now until we figure out what we're doing. Mainly, if you want to get a hold of us and you don't want to go on the YouTube comment section or Facebook, you can now email us at GrindHaus on 42nd Street on gmail.com. You can ask to join our Discord. Our Discord is tons of fun. We have all these certain little subgroups. You'll have a blast. And Discord is pretty easy to use. There's an app, so you can use it on mobile devices, but I actually like the desktop site much better. So you can use either or.
Yeah, it definitely
and
better
of course
on the desktop. But.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. And of course Patreon. Like, if you want to support us in any way, the best way you can do that is go on our Patreon. Plans start at $3 a month. They go up to $20 a month. There's cool little incentives. We have Patreon exclusive content. We have early access to content, and more to come. You know, we're working. As you see, I am wearing a GrindHaus shirt that I made when we first got started. We have more stuff coming out very soon. But even if you don't become a monthly subscriber, you can still donate to us. All the money goes back into the channel to get us better lighting or microphones, computer.
Yeah,
you know,
he specifically needs a computer that would help our editing and recording and processing. Everything goes so much smoother. We'd be able to do so much more with our videos alone. And then me, I need to upgrade a GPU, and I'd be able to edit and put in video a lot nicer also, personally.
Actually, the one thing I was thinking about upgrading, regardless of getting the computer, is my internet plan. Because, you know, you can pay for higher speeds and stuff.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it. And I think I can go up another 100 meg per second or whatever.
Well, here's the thing. You're anything over 100 is useless for you because your computer probably can't handle it.
It's picking it. I have a...
No. Your old computer motherboards can only handle up to 100 gigabyte.
Right, I'm trying to say I have a 2017.
Internet.
I have a 2017 Mac, and
yeah, I know
every speed. I'm telling them, and every speed test that I've run, never even hardwired, never goes to what I pay for. You know, even on my PlayStation, I've hardwired it before, and it never reaches 100 or whatever, 150, whatever I'm at, whatever I'm paying for, and that's the only thing I've been hesitant about getting this higher internet and paying more for it monthly is not seeing the results from it. So the computer is the next biggest thing on my list. But my computer,
it could also be faulty lines, because we do notice, like, when the weather gets shitty, it does.
Yeah.
And it's been shitty here. It's going to be shitty for the whole week here, actually.
It is. I saw.
Yeah.
I live up in the mountains in Bumblefuck, like 25 minutes from any kind of real civilization, and that probably does have something to do with it too. And the computer I use is good for what it's good for. All my music that you've heard has been recorded on it and stuff like that. But to step up everything to another level, I'm going to have something built.
And Gray can't game with me,
anything.
So it's like me doing the game streams alone. It's not us being together gaming.
That's the majority of it. Like, the main reason is, like, there's only a couple games that are cross-platform, and
well, it's not even that. Just
there's a lot of games
getting your computer to handle it. But yeah, there's only a couple games that are cross-platform
that I can actually play. Right,
with your PlayStation
4. But there's so many better games on PC that I want to play that PlayStation just doesn't offer. So, yep, that's my next big purchase for the channel. Even though it's like coming out of my own pocket. Obviously, everything that I've paid for out of my own pocket for the channel since now, I don't see it as... It's like an investment, you know what I mean? I don't see it as anything else other than giving you guys something better each and every time. We have stepped up our game, though, since the first couple episodes. I mean,
obviously we want to go to cons and stuff, but none of that stuff's really open right now anyway, so now would be the time to work on our infrastructure, better cameras, better lighting, better computers, all that fun stuff. Like,
oh yeah,
it's just, I know it would be a lot nicer.
The Living Dead weekend has been rescheduled to, I think, November 9th to the 11th, and we are going out there. It's far enough ahead of time. We're saving up. We're doing what we can. Obviously, Patreon. We got a few backers. We're saving up that money.
Honestly, the way things are going, I don't even know if it's gonna. It might get canceled again. Honestly,
canceled again. Yeah, but we're holding out our hopes for that date
because all the fucking crazy shit going on, and people just keep getting sicker and sicker, and the numbers are skyrocketing again. People aren't dying as much because we're getting better at treating it, but that's not the point.
Yeah, but the problem is...
I don't want to get sick. Do you want to get sick? I don't want to deal with that shit.
No, but the problem is, as soon as the government started reopening stuff, people started seeing spikes in cases. As soon as the beaches started opening, as soon as the bars and clubs started opening, people started to get sick again.
Protests,
it is
the
what
rioting,
it is.
The looting, the whatever, they're all being together and not social distancing, and everyone's getting sick. And, I've known two people now that have died from it, so I don't want anyone to say, I'm not trying to get political, that it doesn't fucking, it exists.
No.
No, I'm saying other, it exists, but
yeah,
it may not be as bad as the media makes it out to be because they overblow it, you know what I mean? They make it overblown, but it's still a fucking thing. It's still pretty serious. People are getting sick. It's still bad.
If I can make,
you don't want to.
If I can make one recommendation, ladies and gentlemen, is don't get your news from Facebook and don't get your news from television media, because they are both privately owned and they tell you what they want to tell you because they sell advertising time. The reason I know this, I know somebody in the news industry. The reason that 95% of a news broadcast is bad news, but they end the news on what they call the puff piece, the happy segment, is because people do not tune in to just good news and good deeds. They want to know the bad shit that's going on. It's negative. Just go do your research. If you want to know what the news is, go online, do your own research. Even then, you got to be careful.
You know where you need to get your news from? You need to get your news from the Onion.
Yeah, or Gray and Wolfman. We'll let you know what's going on. What do you need? What do you need? Lotto numbers? I got lotto numbers. What, you need a car stereo? Dude, Vinny in the back, he's got you. The weather where I'm at right now, it's 63 degrees, and tomorrow it's going to be storming. What else do you need to know? That's it.
Yeah, it is 66 degrees by me, and it's going to be storming tomorrow. So there you go.
I hope our live stream goes well, though.
Just average your times, and I mean average the degree of what it is between us, and that's what it is by you. We're just gonna pretend it's right in the middle.
That's good. That's fair.
Yeah, 65 wherever you're at. I'm telling you right now.
And beautiful.
It's gonna be stormy up over here. And it's gonna loop around in a ball cupping motion here, and it's gonna go on a big.
This is why we need to get you. This is why we need to get you a green screen, so you can stand and be like, "See right here."
Telestrator.
But over here,
I'm gonna John Madden some penises up across this shit right now.
No, but if you're on John, you're like, so here we got some low fronts, and then boom, X right there to the sign.
Yeah,
now this guy's not paying attention, eating a hot dog. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Gray.
I'm Wolfman. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully, all the time. GrindHaus out.
Tune in next week.
Yes.